Broadcast coverage on the Region Sports Network is made possible by Pulse Technology, leading the way in technological innovation for over 70 years. Strack & Van Til, your favorite Indiana-made grocery store. Boilermakers Local 374. Earn while you learn. Visit Michigan City LaPorte. Closer than you think, better than you imagine. Ironworkers Local 395. Proud to be union. Crowell Insurance Company, the insurance superheroes. Bricklayers Local 4, the best hands in the business. Athletic Performance Factory, where athletes are made. IBEW Local 697, proud to support high school sports. American Testing Services, America's trusted name in NDT. Armor Construction, it's time to armor up. Wealth Partners on Main, a partner committed to your financial success. IBEW Local 531, the electrical professionals. Sentier Bank, family owned since 1895. HealthLink, your community health center. The Right Group, the right way to buy and sell real estate. KIG Senior Solutions, navigating Medicare with confidence. Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer and cozy in the winter. Blythe's Team Sports, where the athlete shops. And Hampton Inn downtown Indianapolis. This is the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us, and welcome to live video coverage of Football Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network. We come to you tonight from Crown Point High School as the home-sided Crown Point Bulldogs take on the Pike Red Devils from just outside of Indianapolis. I'm Captain Later. I'll have the play-by-play for tonight's broadcast. Joining me with the color analysis is Jay Simmons. Good evening, Jay. Really fun matchup last year. Crown Point went down there to Pike a year ago, so it's the return trip on a home-and-home, and this is a big matchup for both sides before conference play begins next week.
Yes, definitely. Hey, it's a final tune-up before, like you said, you get into conference play. Both teams got staring down a very, very tough conference schedule from here on out. I like Pike. They showed up about 5:30. I got here before they did, just to let everybody know. They walked up, got dressed, and they're on the field. They're ready to go. They're back in the locker room right now, just going over some things, and now the energy's starting to pick up. It looks like it's a late arriving crowd here for Crown Point, for sure. Not like last week with a home opener versus Lowell. Both sides were packed. It's like I said, they throwing all the fans a curveball here, starting this game at 6:30.
A team from down south. The time changed to accommodate for the visitors as well here tonight. Still, we're looking at it from here in the press box. There's a line of people walking up to the stadium right now, so we expect this place to fill in quickly. And we'll start with the visiting team, Pike. It's an unfamiliar team for our normal region audience here.
Yes.
They play in my opinion, they are in the toughest conference in the entire state of Indiana. When you look at just the programs they play on a week-in, week-out basis, starting next week, some familiar names: Warren Central, Ben Davis, Carmel, Center Grove, Lawrence Central, Lawrence North, and North Central alongside this Pike program. That's a daunting task.
Yes, it is. And, you see Coach Bavard here with a 12-30 record in his fifth year. And that explains why the 12-30 record right there. You're looking down the eye of a barrel of some of the best teams in the state of Indiana each week.
Meanwhile, for Crown Point and for this decorated coaching staff and program, looking for their 38th consecutive regular season win. No surprise, though, for a matchup like this. They believe iron sharpens iron. It's only going to help them, a matchup like this, deep into the state tournament, which is where they've stumbled each of the last couple of years.
Yes, and the reason why they did have them on a schedule is because Coach Bazia loved to get introduce the guys to that long trip to Indianapolis. This year he has some long preseason trips into Illinois. He had one on the north side of Chicago up in Lake Hills and Lake Forest area. So, he wants these guys to get experience on the travel aspect of it and how to play and how to react to a long bus ride. So it's going to be interesting to see how Pike reacts here.
We'll take our first break of the day. When we come back, the game night forecast as well as the Pulse Power Meter. That's all up next. After this, you're watching Football Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Get Pulse Technology on your team and score a touchdown with our managed print and copier services. Cover your bases with our IT and technology solutions, or hit a home run with our wide selection of office supplies. Scoreboards or AV solutions from Pulse Technology. That's a slam dunk. Or go for the grand slam with our office furniture and design services. Get in touch with us today. Pulse Technology, powering Indiana business since 1919.
Strack and Van Til for the win with 4 ways to save. Catch price drops on over 15,000 items and check the weekly ad for can't miss deals. Stack on the rewards program for digital coupons, points toward discounts and free products, and power up with our own brands. Keep your budget in the safety zone. Get the same great taste as national labels at lower prices. If you can't taste the difference, why pay the difference? Score big value with 4 ways to save at Strack and Van Til.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, we've got you covered. As Crowd Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowd Companies, insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I have received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
Welcome back. The Pulse Power Meter is presented by Pulse Technology, bringing innovative technology to the game day experience. The energy is building, the crowd is getting louder, and momentum is up for grabs tonight. Who's got the power in this one, Jay?
Yeah, Jace Chapman, a sophomore starting quarterback for Pike in his first game last week, 22 for 38, 187 yards, 1 TD, but 1 drawback, 3 interceptions. He cannot have that kind of game tonight if the Red Devils are going to win. And I think Crown Point wants to go 2-0 against the Red Devils. They're already 1-0.
Exactly. They beat Lowell last week in pretty handed fashion as well, too. That is our Pulse Power Meter, made possible by Pulse Technologies. The momentum can change in an instant, and Pulse Technology keeps you connected to the action with innovative technology solutions. Pulse Technology, powering what's next. It's for this time of year, a above average heat for a Friday night in the final weekend of August. It is time now for the game night forecast, brought to you by our friends at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. Tonight's forecast sits at 79 degrees, but the feels like is up to 80 degrees, only 5-mile-per-hour winds out of the southwest, so will have a very modest effect as Pike gets set to take the field. That is our Friday night forecast, brought to you by Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer and cozy in the winter. Here are the Pike Red Devils, 0-1 out of the Metropolitan Conference. They fell a week ago at home to Zionsville, another really formidable program as well. 24-6. The Red Devils, they've challenged themselves in the non-conference. They're hoping that these two early tough tasks will help them prepare for an equally dangerous and tough regular season conference slate. And as we say that, speaking of challenging themselves in the non-conference, Coach Bazia and the Crown Point Bulldogs are doing the same as well. A dominant victory a week ago, 42-7 against the Lowell Red Devils on this field. Deja vu for you and I. Second straight week we are here.
Yes.
What's the biggest thing the Bulldogs need to clean up from last week to this week?
3 turnovers in the first half, and then some sloppy play on the punt return team, and also a couple of the other special teams, but sloppy play. They had a fumble, rolled the ball back on a punt return, and also just mishandled a couple punts, which caused them to have longer fields.
The intro video is playing right now here. The stands have filed in quickly here at Crown Point High School with the slightly earlier start time. What a fun environment, what a fun matchup this is going to be. The record's definitely deceiving for both these sides as well.
Yeah, Tice Krusty last week, 12 for 19, 169 yards, 2 TDs, and one of those turnovers was caused by him, an interception in the end zone when they did have the ball in the red zone.
Bulldogs watching on their intro video. Trying to win a 38th consecutive regular season contest.
That is pure dominance of not only the Doolin Conference, but their non-conference schedules. They come running out.
Looking to go 2-0. Here come the Crown Point Bulldogs.
They run right to the home side and right up to the student body section, rallying them up, and this crowd is excited.
They're fired up for this one. This has been our pregame show. When we come back, the opening kickoff. You're watching Football Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
From lighting up Friday night football to powering the classrooms that shape the students of Lake County, IBEW Local 697 is proud to support our region schools and the communities we call home. A career as a union electrician could be your next great move. Your next cap might be a hard hat. IBEW Local 697, powering futures, powering the region.
You ready? Let's go! Yeah. For those of you that want to know what we're all about, it's like this, y'all. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name.
Your future starts
here.
Welcome back. The opening coin toss taking place right now at midfield. Capital leader Jay Simmons and our entire Region Sports Network crew welcoming you here to Friday Night Football in Week 2 of the high school football season. You just heard our white hat today. Pike won the toss, deferring their option in the second half, so we will see the Bulldog offense of Crown Point first.
Just like last week, except for they won the toss and they wanted that offense out there right away.
Before the opening kickoff, Jay, I want to get one key to the game for each side.
It's got to be that offensive line dominating for the Crown Point Bulldogs. Last week they had 548 yards. And for Pike, let's call it a mistake-free game. No penalties, no turnovers, and good special teams.
Yeah, 5 turnovers a week ago for this Pike team. And like you just mentioned, Crown Point bombarded the Lowell defense. 548 yards. They were plus 410 in total yardage a week ago against the Red Devils on this field. Majority of that 410-yard advantage came, though, in that second half after 3 first-half giveaways.
Yeah, they just can't do that. And week in and week out, if you give the opposing team 3 extra possessions during a game, and then 1 you stop yourself from scoring because they were just inside the red zone, and Tice Krusty tried to throw one up to Molaski, tried to use that 6'7" height in the corner of the end zone and threw it over his head, which is hard to do at 6'7", and the Lowell Red Devils came up with the interception.
Joseph Franklin, the 5'11" sophomore, is set to kick this one off. Max Gurnick and Kingston Connolly are the deep men for the Crown Point Bulldogs. Pike in the white, Crown Point in the red. And off we go in week 2 of the high school football season. It's a short kick, caught at the shoe tops there by one of the gunners, and it's brought out across the 30-yard line. It's a good return for Crown Point. And here come the Bulldog offense, led by their quarterback in the form of the senior Tice Custy. 12 for 19 a week ago with 2 touchdowns in the air. He also had a rushing touchdown as well.
And Brandon Shutt, the Crowell Lantern superhero player of the game, 10 carries, 160 yards, 2 TDs. A fantastic game last week.
We'll get you the full Crown Point starting lineup after this play, where I think your player to watch is going to be the same.
Yes.
From the 33, it's 1st and 10, and it's an inside give to Max Gurnick, who powers his way forward for a 3-yard pickup. The Bulldog offense, who's the guy you're looking out for here early on, Jay?
Yeah, you gotta go with whoever's in that running back. They seem to have a certain system, and it looks like it's going to be Gurnick to start carrying the ball. Let's see what and it seemed like last week he did start the game, and then Braden Shutt came in, so they worked them both in and out. It's a great thing to have a 2-system running backs like that to both of those guys stay fresh.
Shutt is the tailback here on an inside give. It is Shutt to the 37.5, so a minimal gain. Good job by the front of this Pike team. A very different defensive lineup, a 3-4-4 alignment for this Pike team, Jay.
Yeah, it's going to be a little different compared to what Crown Point's been saying all preseason and also last week. With that 4-down lineman, they're going to be covering up the guards instead of the center.
Shutt a week ago, 160 yards on the ground. It's the game's first 3rd down. It's 3rd down and 5 from the 38-yard line. Another inside give, powering his way for a 1st down, is A.J. Summer, sourcing all 3 featured tailbacks on the first 3 plays of the game, and they move the sticks.
And it's a great job of mixing it up, mixing some running backs in there. Crown Point's offense is just so diversified, it's hard to key on one particular guy. You get the ball to midfield, do you throw one deep here, try and take a big shot at the beginning of the game?
Custy. 2 touchdowns thrown, but also an interception in the air, up the middle and across midfield on another inside run. It's Summers again for the 2nd time.
You saw a little bit of off-screen. Zach Clark, the right tackle, just buried one of the defensive linemen about 7 yards downfield. That's just called getting off the ball.
So the front 7 right now for Pike trying to do a job. 2nd down and 5. A mega shift here to the strong side, and a flag is thrown. And it's going to be a foul on the defense. So the mega shift worked there for Crown Point.
Yeah, if you're not used to a team shifting at defense, you get in that set and you see guys moving, you're going to jump.
That's going to give them 1st down yardage, by the way, as well, 2 to the 44.
Hey, you chalk that one up for penalty 1st down. Few and far between on those.
So play clock will reset. Opening drive of the game. It's Shutt as the featured tailback here. They shift again to that strong side. Did they jump again? Oh, my goodness, I think they did. Yes, they did.
Yes, they did. And you notice that they're going unbalanced. They're moving the guard and a couple other guys over, and all they have on the left-hand side of the ball is the tackle and the tight end, so they're going heavy to the right side of the formation. They're shifting the fullback. They got an extra tight end in the game. They're going heavy set to the right. Let's see if they do it again.
Heavy to the left. They shift to the strong side again. It's a direct snap to Summers, then an end around. Cutting it inside is Connolly, and he's gobbled up at the 35.
Yeah, a little counter play off of that pre-snap motion to the right side. Then they counter back to the left side, trying to catch a defense sleeping, over-shifting to the power side.
Tackle made there by Tayshawn Sanders, a senior. And also going to give Hardy credit for the late snagging as well, too.
Yeah, Crown Point just pounding and grounding right here. This would be a great place for the quick play action down the field.
From the 35, it's a quick hitter. It's Zyolkowski, and he dances his way inside the 25. It's another first down for Crown Point. Custy's completing his first pass of the day.
Yes, Zyolkowski did a nice job just running a little curl pattern, sat down right in between the two linebackers, and Krusty hit him right out of his break. Boom, boom. No way that defense can stop that.
10-yard pickup on his first throw of the game. Just outside of the red area, it's first down and 10 from the 25. They're going to go Summers in the Wildcat. A direct snap to him. He follows his blockers to the 19, 18-yard line after a late push from the right side of that line. That's Brazanovsky and Clark there leading the way. And for the first time in the day, they've entered the retirement red zone. Crown Point's entered the retirement red zone, sponsored by Wealth Partners on Main. Visit wealthpartnersonmain.com and start building your retirement playbook today.
I like that playbook because I just retired, so I got my playbook in order. The second down and about three yards here for the Bulldogs. A nice combination of mixing it up, running some to the right, running some to the left. One pass play thrown in there. Got to keep everybody happy.
Wildcat again. Summers will shut off the left tip, and a whistle will kill the play with one on the play clock. And Craig Buzia will take his first time out of the game. So will we. 7:32 to go, the opening drive of the game. This is Football Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Navigating Medicare doesn't have to be overwhelming. Crown Point's Christina Cherenko is a licensed insurance agent helping clients locally and nationwide with Medicare Advantage, Medicare Supplement, and separate dental, hearing, and vision options. Her personalized guidance is always free. Call Christina today at 219-444-0304 or visit KIGcares.com. KIG Senior Solutions is not connected with the federal Medicare program. Contacting this number connects you with the licensed insurance agent. This is an advertisement for insurance. Is your home ready for a refresh? Trust a cleaning and restoration specialist at Master Clean. For over 40 years, Master Clean has helped Northwest Indiana homeowners keep their homes looking their best. With professional carpet and upholstery cleaning, tile and grout cleaning, pet stain and odor removal, and more. With honest pricing and satisfaction guaranteed, you can count on Master Clean to get the job done right. Call 219-662-7838 or visit mastercleanselect.com today. Master Clean. Life happens. We help clean it up.
Friday Night Smiles are powered by Ethos Dental Group. Whether you're cheering from the stands or watching here on RSN, Ethos Dental is proud to support our local teams and communities. Ethos Dental Group, keeping the region smiling every Friday night. Out of the timeout, direct snap here. Trying to turn the corner is Summers, and he's gobbled up after picking up enough for the first down.
Yeah, great job picking up that first down. He knew he wasn't going to be able to break that one to the end zone, so he just worked it extra hard to get to that first down. It's going to be first down and 10 at the, looks like the 13-yard line.
So give him 5 there. Crown Point struggled in the red area in the first half a week ago against Lowell. Second half, way more efficient. They went 2 for 2.
Well, it seems like they're just feeding off of the second half from last week.
Another Wildcat. It's Summers again, following his blockers right to the end zone. A.J. Summers with a touchdown on the opening drive of the game.
A.J. Summers does an awesome job just following his lead blockers, sort of slowed down as he hit the hole, waited for his blockers to get out in front of him, and just turned it up and basically went untouched after the first guy grabbed his jersey at the line of scrimmage, and then boom. But Summers did that wonderful job of just setting up his blockers, sort of paused in the hole for a split second, let the Red Seas part, and go. He went into that end zone.
So now here's Oliver Brewer. Missed the point after try a week ago. And there's going to be a motion, and they will kill it here.
Offsides on the defense.
So a third encroachment offside penalty here on Pike on this first drive of the game. So a decision here for Coach Buzia whether he will keep Brewer and the point after unit on there. And it was the one unit that you might be able to say struggled last week
yes,
at
they
points.
did a little bit.
Bobbled snap. A.J. Summers made so far the play of the season in high school football. Granted, it's still a young season. And then extra point try right off the upright from Brewer later on in the game.
But Summers, he took that ball in and put his head down. He got popped right at the goal line and was able to get it in.
It is Brewer. They keep him on the field, and he splits the uprights. A 9-play, 67-yard drive that nearly took up the entire first half of this first quarter. Good start for Crown Point. Back in a moment. This is Football Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. So they shoot them off at
At Athletic Performance Factory in Highland, Indiana, we push you to be bigger, faster, stronger, more explosive. Challenge every muscle with our cutting-edge sand speed and agility training. Build rock-solid strength and core stability to dominate on game day. Rent our full-size outdoor turf field for team workouts and practices. Improve your swing, boost your field skills, and protect your arm with expert one-on-one baseball and softball training built around you. We develop the entire athlete, mentally and physically. Athletic Performance Factory, where athletes are made.
At American Testing Services, based in Hobart, Indiana, we specialize in NDT drone inspections and heat treatment services for local mills, fab shops, and facilities across the country. From Northwest Indiana to nationwide, we deliver precision, safety, and reliability. American Testing Services, America's trusted name in NDT.
So after 5 minutes and 3 seconds evaporated off the game clock, Crown Point goes 1 for 1 on drives to touchdowns today, and we will see the Pike offense in a moment. Oliver Brewer to kick it off. Bryson Fields and Jalen Griffin are back deep, and it will be Fields who will let this go over his head and through the end zone for a touchback. So we introduce to you the Pike Red Devils here on the Region Sports Network with sophomore quarterback Matthew Chapman at the controls of this offense.
Yeah, young sophomore, quite a bit, pretty efficient in his first game, 22 for 38, 187 yards, 1 touchdown, but 3 interceptions. That just exudes inexperience right there.
Yeah, they jumped out to a 6-0 lead. They scored on their second possession of the game, but then a missed PAT.
And that was all they wrote.
And Zionsville went on to score 24 unanswered. Chapman, the lefty with a swing pass. It's behind the line of scrimmage, but they're going to say it was a forward pass. The intended target there was Bryson Fields, who had the touchdown reception last week. Second down.
Yeah, Pike's got to settle down, get into their offense, get a couple first downs, keep that defense off the field for a little bit, let them catch their breath. But yeah, they're just seeing that inexperience at the quarterback position come to fruition right there.
Inside give on 2nd and 10, and a good tackle made over the middle. And it'll bring up 3rd and short. And that was a nice run there.
Yeah, was it? He just exploded right up the middle of the field. That looked like it was number 58, Josh Daniels with the tackle, shoestring tackle.
Merriweather was the ball carrier. On 3rd down from the 27, they're going to go backwards.
And Josh Daniels again looked like he was in the huddle on that play. He just blew through the offensive line right between the guard and center and got in the backfield just as the handoff was being exchanged from the quarterback to the running back. Great job.
So they go backwards on a 2-yard loss. And out comes the punt unit for Pike. And it's Johnny Sanchez to boot it away. We saw this last week. Crown Point did not have a deep man back. Now they trade out and send Gurnick back there. But they rushed all 11. They got a blocked punt off of it a week ago. This time, though, it's Max Gurnick back deep there. Johnny Sanchez punted just 3 times last week. And this one's going to give Crown Point great field position. Got to be careful, though, not to touch the ball. One of the up men nearly did, and it takes a very friendly Red Devil bounce to the 34-yard line.
Yeah, when something like that happens, the deep man has to be yelling fire, fire, or something to let the punt return defense or whatever you want to call it scatter, get away from the ball, run to the sidelines as quickly as possible so that ball doesn't inadvertently hit you.
So fire, also hear a lot Peter as well as another one. What did you guys use?
We used fire.
Used fire. So second offensive drive here for Crown Point. They got a giant fireworks show after the first touchdown, rightfully so.
Well, let's see
if emphatic 9-play
drive. Will they run out of fireworks by the end of the game?
That'll be the real question. Custy is in the gun here with Gurnick off to his left. Delayed give. Max Gurnick waits for a hole on the right side and pounces forward to the 39-yard line. So a 5-yard pickup for Gurnick, the senior.
Yeah, nice job, Gurnick, right there, reading the holes, slowing down just as he got into the hole, and then exploding up the field for about a 5-yard gain.
Beg your pardon. Gurnick, the junior, rather, so to the 39-yard line. It is second down and 5.
Yeah, you got to like it. Running back by committee.
3 different ball carriers. Actually 4 when you include the little jet sweep there. It is Gurnick again, this time to the left side, and he's dragged down by Kyson Harvey, just 1 yard shy of the line of gain.
Yeah, Harvey out there, number 25. They're listed here at 5'9". Some mighty in some small package.
So to the 44-yard line, here's down, 3rd down and 1. And they're going to get it with A.J. Summers. He needed 1. He got 2 to the 45.
That offensive line starting to establish right now early in this first quarter some dominance. And here we go with the line change.
They go Wildcat a lot with Summers there, who had the rushing touchdown on the opening drive. Inside now about 4 minutes to play in this first quarter when this play gets started. It's Gurnick with Custy in the gun. Design rollout to his right, looking for Zylkowski, and a leaping catch made inside the 45-yard line. Zylkowski's put together 2 consecutive really good weeks of practice.
Yes,
great game last week as well, too, for CP.
Yeah, 4 catches for 90 yards and a TD. You see what he did right there? Once he came out of his break, he immediately worked his way back to the quarterback, so that way the defensive player did not have a chance to either bat it down or intercept it. He was the first one to catch it, caught it. The defensive back closed quickly and was tackling him while he was still up in the air. Great concentration, hanging on to that ball.
It was a gain of 12. 1st and 10 from the 43 on the plus side. This time it's a designed rollout to the left for Custy. Throws on the run, a sliding try, but it's in and out of the hands of Connolly. He was covered well by Willie Chapman III, an outside backer.
That's the kind of matchup you like, an outside linebacker versus a wide receiver. Connolly, it looks like that was a catchable pass.
Give a lot of credit to Chapman. The backer was there stride for stride with Connolly as well.
Yeah, and you know, the nice thing right there is Crusty put it in a spot where only his guy could catch it. There was no chance of interception. Rolling out to his left as a right-handed quarterback is very tough to do and be accurate.
2nd down and 10. One of the first times you could say this Crown Point team has been behind schedule today. Whistles blowing, and another timeout called by Crown Point. They just can't get the plays in quick enough here early on. Or they were late breaking the line. One of the two happened there. We'll take a break. This is Football Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the Nika contractors and electrical workers of Local 531.
Welcome to Diamond Plate, your new go-to sports bar with a casual vibe and elevated ballpark favorites. Dig into hand-breaded chicken tenders, juicy burgers, build your own pizzas, and don't forget our full bar stocked with local favorites and everyday classics, located inside Athletic Performance Factory. Diamond Plate brings the fun with multi-sport simulators, duck-pin bowling lanes, plus party space for birthdays, holidays, company outings, and fundraisers. Diamond Plate, where every bite, every sip, and every play is a win.
Second down and 10 for Crown Point out of the timeout. They go jumbo to the right with two tight ends and a fullback. Delayed handoff to Gurnick, and he's gobbled up in the backfield for a big-time loss. That's great inside pursuit there from Jaden Washington, the senior. His first TFL of the year.
Well, Washington right there just fed off of the tight end, and everybody shifting over, had a very short field to get there, and just blitzed and came in right on top of the play.
So a loss of 3 on the play.
And you can see Crown Point's now with only 15 seconds left on the play clock is struggling to get in the right personnel, get the play to the quarterback, and him relaying everything. There's under 6 seconds here on the play clock.
Behind schedule on 3rd and long. Custy flushed out to his left. Good pursuit from Pike down the sideline. And that one is waiting for a signal. They're going to say it's caught, but there is a flag, though, on the far side of the play. The umpire threw the flag, which 9 times out of the 10 is usually a holding foul, but we'll see.
Boy, what a nice catch. Great job by Krusty. Again, throwing it in the spot where only his guy could catch the ball, and a nice job of the receiver tiptoeing on the sidelines. Let's see if it stands.
So offsetting penalties, an eligible man downfield, which that's the other foul that normally comes from the umpire as well as the ineligible man because they're tracking the line.
That's right. Well, that and it took the quarterback so long to get that pass off, and he took it all the way to the sidelines. And I see, probably a couple linemen thinking, all right, he's breaking, he's outside the pocket, he's all the way at the sidelines, he's going to break upfield, they're going to attack, they're going to go downfield and try and make a block.
Yeah, exactly. So here is 3rd down and 13 again.
Again, struggling to get the play in, and
play clock will be inside of 10 when they break the huddle. Custy, design route to his left, sets his feet, in trouble, and down he goes. Good. Second TFL of the drive. It's Omir Mills, the senior. His second TFL of the season, his first sack. And that'll force Crown Point to bring on the punt unit.
Yeah, Mills just looked like he was shot out of a cannon right there. Got upfield and got right in Krusty's face, grabbed on and slung him down for the big loss. 2 tackle for losses by the Red Devils here on this drive, on this set of downs.
So a loss of 9 on the play.
And I was talking about how good the offensive line was doing. They were doing good on the running plays. Just seemed to lose it there on this planned rollouts by the quarterback.
Rare punt here for Oliver Brewer. We barely called his name on the punt unit last week. And this is a short punt. It's going to take a Crown Point bounce inside the 20, and it'll be touchdown at the 18-yard line. So out comes the Pike offense again. We'd like to remind you this season, make your health part of the game plan. HealthLink provides medical, dental, behavioral health, vision, pharmacy services, and more for the whole family. Medicaid, Medicare, most commercial insurance plans, and the uninsured are welcome. Call 888-580-1060 today.
All right, let's see if the the Red Devils offense can answer the bell here. Pike played great just on that last series defensively. Now let's see if they can put something together offensively.
3 and out on their opening drive. Inside give and a hesitation for Merriweather. And he picks up 4 on 1st and 10.
Yeah, Merriweather last week, 19 carries, 71 yards, had a pretty decent game in that loss. But you saw that he had some great vision right there. The hole was stuffed immediately, sort of paused, and then was able to accelerate and pick up, looks like about 6 yards, 5 or 6 yards on first down.
Yeah, it looked like he lunged forward there for an extra couple yards after or at least before his knee hit the ground, I should say. He's the tailback again, inside a minute remaining here in our first quarter. 7-0 Crown Point leads. Chapman on a screen out to the right side. Bryson Fields looking for a block, and he is gobbled up by Ben Clark at the 25-yard line. So they pick up 1, and here comes 3rd and 3.
Yeah, nice job of pursuit right there by Ben Clark coming out of his linebacker position, just flying to the ball, cutting that play short. Big conversion down for the Red Devils.
They were 47% on 3rd downs last week in the loss to Zionsville. 3rd down and 3 from their own 25. Chapman again. Pressure comes immediately. Checks it down right near the line to gain.
Well, it's going to be right on the spot. Let's see what the official does.
Kayan Cook made the catch, and the far side official signals first down.
Yeah, they're moving the chains. Nice call by the officials.
It's the second consecutive completed pass for Chapman. And that will take us to the end of our first quarter. Crown Point, 9-play, 67-yard opening yard drive for 7 points. The only blemish on the scoreboard for either side. We've played 1. This is Football Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Sometimes the hardest part of improving your business isn't coming up with a great idea. It's knowing what to do with it. Chester Inc. Architectural and Construction Services is ready to meet all your industrial and commercial construction needs. Whether it's a small build-out or a complete construction project, Chester will design, build, and finance. Our team eliminates multiple contractors, providing you a single point of contact while staying within your budget. Chester Inc. Architectural and Construction Services, turning your ideas into realities.
I can't believe I waited this long to get help.
High cholesterol runs in my family, so I know I needed to get tested every few years.
If I didn't get checked out, I might not have known till it was too late.
I never would have guessed I had diabetes.
Between the stress and the kind of food I was eating, my blood pressure was through the roof.
HealthLink made it easy and affordable to get tested and put my mind at ease.
Call to schedule your health screening today, because good health can't wait.
Welcome back. Second quarter begins with an inside give to Dalen Merriweather for a 4-yard pickup. He lunged forward. Nope, it was 3 yards. So
all right,
my eyes did not deceive me there.
Yeah. Again, Ben Clark coming up and just laying the wood out there. Big hit on the quarterback.
Clark's got 2 tackles already. Trips off to the far side on 2nd and 7. Chapman looking that way, pumps that way, checks it down. Jalen Griffin makes a couple man miss. A flag comes in late as Griffin dives to the 34.
Yeah, it looked like it might have been possibly a face masking.
It is on the offense.
Or maybe a block in the back. I did see a block on that Ben Clark out there trying to fight through it, and it looked like he was was holding.
There you go, block in the back. He called it, partner.
Well, you know what, Ben Clark just accelerates so quickly to the play that the only spot on his body that was available to the offensive lineman out there trying to make a block was his back. 2nd and 17. 2nd and a country mile.
From their own 22. Same formation again. Pressure picked up. Chapman stepping up in the pocket. Will take off himself. He will slide to the original line of scrimmage. That's the 28. So a good job there by the young quarterback. Nothing downfield. Take what you can.
Yeah, Crown Point only rushed 4 on that play. Dropped 7. and was able to cover all the receivers. Great job. Chapman being able to recognize that as a sophomore.
As a lefty, they love his awareness, though, on the field. Obviously, the blind slide is flipped. 3rd and 10. Chapman, pressure coming. Lofts over the middle and a leaping catch made. Bryson Fields bursting into Crown Point territory. And he's finally taken down by A.J. Summers at the 39.
Yeah, what a great job by Jace Chapman. As the pocket was collapsing around him, was able to release that ball right down the middle of the field. And the receiver right there just made a great catch right there. And just, I'll tell you what, was about one step away from breaking it all was Fields.
Gain of 42 on the play. Oh, an awkward-looking snap, not a false start penalty, and good awareness from Chapman and Merriweather to pick up 1 on the play.
Well, it looked like the center snapped the ball. The defense reacted, but half of the offensive line did not know the play count.
I was waiting for our first false start, everyone but the center call of the year, because we didn't get one of those last week here.
No, we didn't.
Just a little under 2 minutes into our second quarter. Cabin and Jay enjoying your company on this Friday night from Crown Point. Pike driving for the first time tonight.
Yeah, Brody Hood last week had 8 tackles. Let's see if he can step it up a little bit today.
2nd and 9. Merriweather again gets the call. Breaks 1. Can't get out of the grasp, though, of Garrett Ortiz.
Yeah, Ortiz had both of his legs wrapped up from his inside linebacker position. Made a great play, great tackle. It's going to be 3rd and long. Looks like about 3rd and 8. Let's see how many guys Crown Point brings on this play. You know they got 3 down linemen. They usually rush 1 linebacker. Are they going to rush 2? They're going to rush 3, go man coverage. It's going to be interesting to see what kind of play calling they do defensively.
They're lightening up the box right now. 3rd and 8. Merriweather flushed out wide to the left. Griffin, the motion man. Chapman, far side, caught by Fields. Flags fly at the time of the snap, and Fields is buried by Garrett Ortiz at the 35.
Ortiz bringing the wood on that one.
And they are going to call the penalty on the offense. So this is an interesting decision. You take the yardage here and play for 4th down, or do you enforce the yardage, make it even tougher 3rd down?
I would go 4th down and 5. But it is awfully tempting to go 3rd down and 12, 13.
Believe it's going to be an illegal formation. Hey, there we go. There's my first one.
That's it. Good call.
And Crown Point is going to accept it.
Yeah.
So 3rd and 13 instead.
Yes. Good call either way. Again, let's see how many defensive linemen and linebackers Crown Point shoots. Last time they were playing man coverage or zone coverage, and now let's see, they only got 3 down.
Mind you, the last time they were behind schedule on 3rd down, they picked up 42. Chapman again looking over the middle. Jump ball caught by Fields near the line to gain, and he's going to get the 1st down. Great determination on the back end of the play by Bryson Fields. It's 2 outstanding catches in traffic by the junior wideout.
Yeah, they moved it up 2 yards to the 28-yard line. Fields did a nice job. It looked like there was all verticals, and then Fields saw the ball being thrown, stopped, came back to the ball 1 step, reached out and got to it before the defense could, and took a big hit. Good concentration right there.
So they pick up 15 on the play. It's 1st and 10 from the 28. What they're now going to say is actually his knee hit the ground.
And they're moving the ball all over the place.
Quick screen. It's Griffin with blockers in front. Jalen Griffin hesitates and accelerates down the sideline, and Summers drags him down after picking up 1st down yardage at the 12.
Well, I thought Summers was going to get caught right there for the horse collar call, but it looked like he just had enough of the jersey that they didn't call it. But, boy, all of a sudden this Pike offense is answering the bell right here.
So they're in the Wealth Retirement on Main Red Zone, sponsored by Wealth Partners on Main, your home team for retiring planning, securities, and advisory services offered through Prospera Financial Services. Member FNRIA and SIPC. From the 12, 1st and 10, they can get a 1st down without a touchdown here. Merriweather waits for a hole, and it was closed quickly by Pantelich, the inside guard, or I should say the nose tackle, rather.
Yeah, Pentelis did a nice job right there, just closing it down, pushing all the offensive linemen into the hole, and there was nowhere for Meriwether to go. Did a good job just putting his head down and trying to get whatever he could out of it, and looks like he picked up 2 yards on the play.
Up to the 10-yard line. Keep in mind, clock winding down, inside 7 minutes to go in the opening half of this one. Chapman again gives it off. Chapman finds a hole up the middle, and a late push gets him to the 6.
Yeah, Josh Daniels was in the backfield on that play, but he did a swim technique and got over to center, but he picked the wrong side, and there was a hole open there for Meriwether, and he picked up a nice gain.
3rd and 4. They need to get to the 2. We'll see what they do here if it gets to 4-down territory.
Yeah, I would have to say, if I'm the coach over there, I'd call Chapman rolling to the wide side of the field. Give him some options, either throw it or run it.
And he's got his 2 favorite targets on the far side, Fields and Griffin. He's looking that way, launching for Fields, and a leaping catch made. Back pylon, and he got the foot down. Touchdown, Pike. What a pitch and catch from Chapman to Fields.
Yeah, Chapman did a great job. A fade to the wide side of the field, just flips it out there and lets his receiver go up and catch the ball. Fields at 5'9", just leaped out of nowhere, caught that ball at the peak of his extension with his arms, did a great job coming down inside the end zone. What a great throw, what a great pass by Chapman, the sophomore.
You can see why Matthew Chapman loves him so much, right? His favorite target for a reason. And on for the extra point, Joseph Franklin. He missed the extra point last week, and this time it's blocked. So he's 0 for 2 on PATs. This time he just didn't get it high enough.
Yeah, Ben Clark right there got the paw up and swatted it down.
So Crown Point leads still 7-6. But a good drive from Pike. We take a quick 30-second break here on the Region Sports Network. This is Football Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
For 26 years, Armor Construction has been beautifying homes across Northwest Indiana. From expert roofing and durable siding to eye-catching custom copper work, Armor Construction does it all with the highest quality and integrity. Serving Lake, Porter, and LaPorte counties, trust the best exterior construction company in Northwest Indiana to protect your investment.
For months, it's all you've heard about. From the news broadcasts to the talk shows, from friends and family, and even from people you don't even know. It's coming to Hammond. It's really happening. It's free checking from Centier Bank. A perfect account for everyone.
Welcome back. After the long touchdown drive, Franklin kicks it off, and it's short. Gernick from his own 17 with blockers in front, but he is ripped down across the 30-yard line. And out comes the Crown Point offense. A 13-play, 82-yard scoring drive for the Pike Red Devils here on the road.
Wow, what a great job by the sophomore quarterback, finishing off that drive with a nice flip to the corner to the end zone, perfect spiral. And his receiver, Bryson Fields, goes up and makes an outstanding catch.
So now what is Crown Point's response? They lead by 1 with 5:58 to go in the half. And they start on the ground. Braden Shutt again. He's tripped up by his own teammate, it looks like, at the 35.
Yeah, he had some room. He had some daylight right there. If he doesn't get tripped up right at the line of scrimmage and falls forward for about 4 yards. But good job of that offensive line getting a good push. It seemed like last drive they really stalled when they went to pass the ball. They were doing a great job on the ground. Let's see if they just ground and pound here for this drive in the second quarter.
2nd and 6 from the 36. Pistol formation. Play action. Custy looking over the middle. Zielkowski has it, and he's spun down at midfield. He got popped by Kieran Oliver, the free safety. But it's good for a 24-yard pickup, and they move the sticks.
Yeah, great job. Great timing by the quarterback receiver right there, and a good job by the offensive line. It looks like they're going to go away from the sprint outs to those sides of the field and just stay in straight drop back, I think, was where Krusty's a little bit better when he just has time to sit in the pocket.
A couple of long drives. This is just the third offensive possession of the game for Crown Point. Parks only had 2 drives, and we're inside 5 minutes left in the half. Wildcat again. Summers on the direct snap will take it, plunging forward to the left side of the line for a 7.5-yard pickup, make it 8 according to the near side official.
And you see a red jersey tidal wave just moving the pile for 8 yards right there, and Summers is doing a great job just leading the way.
Let's remind you that Mayor Pete Land and the Crown Point Pace Department are proud to support Crown Point Athletics and say, Go Bulldogs! Crown Point remains dedicated to preserving history, celebrating everyday life, providing the best in-city services, and encouraging smart growth. More on that in a moment as Summers again, left side, taking tacklers with him inside the 35, and another first down for A.J. Summers. Check out classic cars and new autos during the Crown Point Car Cruise. Join us from 4 to 8 p.m. on select Tuesdays through September 29th. The Car Cruise will move on select dates. For a list, visit crownpoint.info/carcruise. To the 34-yard line, 8-yard pickup there for Summers.
Yeah, Summers just following the wave, and that offensive line is really starting to establish themselves.
Shut this time on a traditional handoff. It takes 2 to get him down. First guy there, Javion Richardson.
Boy, nice job right there just reading the hole by the running back. He just sort of sat there for a second, let the line get a good push, and then went against the grain and cut it back to the other side of the field. The play was designed to go over to right guard. He ended up taking the ball and going over to left guard, pick up a nice gain on first down.
Jumbo to the left, Summers going behind that way, turning the corner. Summers with a good effort by Griffin to slow him down enough for the help to come there, but it's not good enough. It's a first down for Crown Point.
Well, I think Griffin right there was a little worried that he might be getting a penalty for a horse collar, so it's just, smart play right there. Don't get the penalty. Slow him down just enough. Let your buddies get there and stop them.
10-yard pickup. They're inside the Wealth Partners on Main red zone. Sponsored by Wealth Partners on Main. Don't fumble your retirement. Give them a call at 219-278-4570.
Yeah, this
first and 10 from the 18.
We're getting a lot of those red zone plays right here.
Summers, Wildcat again. And they find a way to at least minimize the pain there. The tackle recorded by Tayshawn Sanders, the outside backer, crashing in.
Yep, gain of 2 on the play. Let's see if they bring in Ty Krusty. It's going to be second down and 8 here. Yep, they're bringing in the quarterback. Not a complete line change, just only a few.
It's actually a pickup of 3. They're saying he got to the 15-yard line. Custy back in, and he gives off to Shutt, and he's taken down. Back at the 20-yard line.
That play took a little bit too long to develop in the backfield. Looked like there was some confusion, and the defense was able to get enough push right there that because the handoff took so long, they sacked him. It looks like for about a 4-yard loss. It's going to be third down and about 12.
Tristan Sisk made the tackle on a 5-yard loss.
Yeah, great job of that defensive line getting a good push. Looks like somebody's going to call timeout here. Let's see who it is on.
It'll be Pike to take the timeout. 97 seconds to go, hoping for a stop. Mind you, 2-for-1 potential opportunity for the Red Devils. Look at the ball. The break, we'll take the timeout with them. This is Football Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Every great football game is shaped long before the final drive. It's built through preparation, discipline, and a plan. Retirement is no different. The closer you get, the more important every decision becomes. At Wealth Partners on Main, we help you build a personalized retirement strategy, so when you approach your retirement red zone, you can move forward with confidence. Because the best outcomes aren't left to chance. They're planned. Wealth Partners on Main, your home team for retirement.
At Blyce, we're used to having the athlete shop at our store.
Down, sit, put.
But sometimes they get carried away. Blyce, this is where the athlete shops.
Check out the IBEW Local 697 electrifying plays from this week's football action. Visit regionsports.com, Facebook/RegionSportsNation, or on Instagram. The electrifying plays presented by IBEW Local 697, the electrical professionals. 3rd and 12 from the 20. Custy, flush to his left. Pressure comes from the backside. Going back that way to Shutt. Escapes one man, but can't beat out a second. That play was perfectly read by the Red Devil defense.
Yeah, Will Chapman, number 5, came out of nowhere and closed quickly on that one.
And the tackle was made then by his teammate, the cornerback, Michael McLaren. And Pike will take another timeout. We'll take it with them. This is Football Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
From first-time buyers to growing families and lifelong investors, our agents take the time to understand what matters most to you because every move is personal. Contact Alex Nicola, a 2013 Crown Point High School graduate, to get started. With experience you could count on and service you could feel, we're here when it matters most. The Nicola Group, the trusted Northwest Indiana real estate team.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4ajobdoneright.com.
Oliver Brewer in the field unit on for a 40-yarder from the left hash. His career high is a 48-yarder. High snap, and they have trouble with it. Flushed out to his left is the holder in the backup quarterback, Chase Horton, and he goes down at the 37-yard line. They enter the red zone and go backwards on 3 consecutive plays, and Pike has great field position and 77 seconds to work with.
Would they have 1 timeout left?
Yes.
All right, so that's good management of the clock up to this point. Let's see what they can do offensively. Well, I think you got to run maybe a screen, draw, get that ball past midfield, then open it up and let it fly.
1 timeout. They start from the minus 37. Their last drive, a 13-play, 82-yard touchdown drive.
And they're not going to have that kind of time on this drive. There's
Chapman
only 1
to
timeout.
Fields. Double stack on each side, and a false start.
Just make the field 5 yards longer for them to get a score in. And they're not going to attempt a field goal after you see that PAT attempt, so... So they are going all the way.
You were always under the assumption that they find a way to score a touchdown here, they're going for 2.
2, yes. I was just talking about if they get stalled at about the 20-yard line, they're not going to kick a field goal.
I'm with you on that fully. Screen pass out in front, Fields. Can't break out of one, tackled inbounds.
Bond coming up, number 25. Makes a great tackle right around the ankles, sure tackle. Keeps them in bounds. Clock continues to run under a minute.
Back to the 36. It's a toss out Merriweather. Blockers in front, and he's able to get out of bounds. So
I think that was one of the coaches saying, hey, you're going to take that ball out to the sidelines. You've got to get out of bounds.
So all of a sudden, though, it's 3rd down here.
3rd down. See what the Red Devils are going to do. Got to go vertical here, 3rd down. big conversion down. What's Crown Point going to do? They're going to, looks like they're only rushing 3. They got everybody dropped. Here they bring one.
They rush 4. Chapman, plenty of time. Pocket collapsing. Rolling to his right. Flag on the play. He throws it forward and out of bounds. It was well out of the tackle box, but the ball did not pass the line of scrimmage. And I think this is, we'll see here if they're going to want to do fourth down or take the penalty again.
Brody Hood blitzing from the right side of the defense, chasing all the way across the field, got held. And that's an easy one for the head official right there to throw the flag right in front of him.
It was 69 Willis who got beat, the left tackle. Obviously, it's flipped with the lefty quarterback. The left tackle now becomes...
Yes.
And the right tackle becomes equally as important than the left tackle would be for a right-handed quarterback. And there's 2 penalties here.
Yep, there's going to be intentional grounding and holding. So let's see which one Coach Bazia is going to take. I saw the official give the intentional grounding sign as well.
So then they're going to decline the hold, take the intentional grounding.
Intentional grounding. Offense. 5 yards from the spot.
Loss of down. So that is going to be fourth down. Crown Point will get the ball back with 42 seconds left. And then definitely, I think Crown Point's definitely got to put somebody back here. You don't want to blitz or rush 11 and then all of a sudden have that clock run down. You got to be putting somebody back here, and again, they choose not to.
They're going for the house against Johnny Sanchez.
Yeah, he had a tough time getting that first punt off as well.
Can the line hold up enough to give Sanchez a shot to get it down the field and kill a lot of clock? Here they come. Flag flies as Sanchez is able to get the kick off. I think this actually is going to be on Crown Point. And they will touch it at the 43-yard line with 30 seconds left. Saw a guy jump over the snapper.
That's what I thought.
We'll see, though, as the officials confer again.
Well, the official closest to us on the side threw the flag, so it might just be a simple offsides. But it'd be not enough for a first down, that's for sure.
Well, I know in college they made that a 15-yard penalty in the last couple of years. And let's see.
Only the formation. On the offense. 5-yard penalty from the end of the kick.
Huh?
So the Crown Point gets to take the penalty 5 yards after the play. So they will get the ball, it looks like at the 48-yard line, just about midfield. 30 seconds left. Let's see if they can chuck the ball in the air, get it to one of their receivers.
One timeout left for Crown Point. A reminder to stay connected with all things Region Sports by supporting and following us on social media. We're always active on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, X, and online at regionsports.com. Celebrating over 25 years, we're proud to still be the only game in town. From the 48, 30 seconds left. Play action, Custy. Plenty of time. Gonna take a shot. Down to double coverage, and he overshot Zylkowski. That was really good coverage on the back end, though, by Javion Richardson and Jalen Griffin.
Yeah, they only really had 2 men going in the pass bar, and they had a post over the top to number 1, Zylkowski, and then I think that was number 2 also in the pattern right there, Kingston Conley, running a crossing route. So they they held in 9 guys, 8 blockers trying to think that Pike was going to blitz, and they did. They sent the house.
2nd and 10. Gernick in motion. They fake the swing pass. Pressure coming. Custy's blown up as the ball is caught and dancing his way to first down yardage at the 42 is R.J. Ford.
Kyson Harvey, the defensive tackle, 6'2", 235, able to make the tackle downfield. Crown Point's got 15 seconds left. Play action.
Custy throws it out of bounds. Smart play.
Looked like they were trying to run a little hitch and go to the... Looked like that was Cooper Molansky trying to run a hitch and go. No dice, man. They had that one covered over the top very nicely.
So keep in mind, Crown Point 1 timeout, but only 7 seconds left here in the half.
I think you got to go Hail Mary here.
Pike deferred, so Pike will get the ball out of the half as well. A 7-6 game.
And they do have to run a play here because there's an incomplete pass. The clock has stopped. 10 seconds left on the play clock.
So let's see what Custy and this team does. They play action here. Custy near side. Zylkowski caught out of bounds with 2 seconds left after picking up first down yardage, I believe.
Oh, here they go. They bring out the field goal unit. See, that's a 32, 42, 49-yard field goal.
It would be, depending on where they spot it. This would be a 50-yarder.
And you got Cooper Molaski, the tight end, / center for the basketball team, / now long snapper.
This would be a career high for Brewer. His previous is 48. To end the half on a high. Snap spotted down. Brewer got it off, but it's not even close.
Yeah, shanked it straight left.
He hooked it by about 10 feet or so. And that ends the first half. A great effort from Brewer on the 50-yarder. But after a half, another unconventional scoreline here for a second week at Crown Point. It's the Bulldogs 7 and the Red Devils of Pike 6. We'll take a break. We come back. We'll have halftime show featuring first half analysis and early checking at our hometown scoreboard, brought to you by our friends at Strack and Vance Hill, and our keys to the second half. That's all coming up after this break. You're watching Football Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
It's time for the Commissioner's Corner, an exclusive weekly conversation about Indiana high school sports with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. Now for an up-to-the-minute report about what's happening in the constantly changing world of high school sports, here's Commissioner Paul Neidig.
Welcome into the Commissioner's Corner. It's our weekly conversation with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. I'm Brendan King. It's football season. We've got a lot of ball to talk about, Paul. And, of course, week 1 of the IHSAA boys football season just wrapping up. We are right into the thick of it now. It's an exciting time of year, is it not?
It is. It's exciting. The lights came on Friday night, so to speak, and those Friday night lights where communities gather in that time-honored tradition of following their high school team kicked off. And I know got a lot of reports of really good football around the state, and we're just excited. I mean, there's so many things going on. All of our fall sports programs are in full swing, and it's always exciting to get back to a new school year and watch the students have an opportunity to participate with the name of their school, their community on their jersey.
Well, and this time of year matters for a lot of reasons. For coaches to finally be back in game action, players the same thing, the fans getting to attend games, but also for the community, Paul. At night at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, these restaurants that stay open late, they're getting the business from people leaving games. It impacts the whole community.
It does. It's amazing how much centers around the high school in these communities. And I mean, people I'm actually going to go out and watch the North Posey Vikings play next Friday night, where I went to high school, and some of the same people that I went to school with or that were leaning on the fence watching the game, they're going to be there again this Friday night. And that's every community around the state of Indiana. It's just so cool to see. And for me, it's important that it still matters. If we didn't put education in front of athletics, it wouldn't matter as much. And we see that throughout summer competitions and things, but the high school season does.
That's Paul Neidig. I'm Brendan King. It's the Commissioner's Corner. Paul, staying on the gridiron, but just another section of it. Girls flag football has been well underway for the last couple of weeks, an emerging sport, of course. So how do you see that continuing to grow? And obviously they're right in the thick of it.
Well, they are. They've started the season. It's a fall sport here in Indiana, and we've got 113 schools, I believe, playing across the state of Indiana. And they're well on their way to be a fully recognized sport, which would be the 27-28 school year. And so we're excited about that. This is their last year of the emerging sport. But I tell you, we wouldn't be where we're at today without the great work that the Colts have done in support of girls flag. I mean, first of all, they're a phenomenal partner in the Indiana High School Athletic Association. They support what we do. We certainly want to support what they do. But then the work that family's put in and the money that they've used to support $1 million that they've committed to schools over the last couple of years to grow girls flag football in the state. And here we are today on the cusp of being a fully fledged IHSAA sport, and we're excited about it.
It's pretty amazing. And obviously unified flag football as well continues to take steps. The pairing show for unified flag football is less than a month away from us talking at this point. So that continues to fly. On the unified specifically section of it, Paul, where does that sport continue to grow and where do you see that going?
Well, we continually have seen growth. And, what's so phenomenal about it, it's an opportunity for students that have an intellectual disability to partner with we'll just call them other student athletes in their school and be on the same team and compete together. And, I always love the story about the student who talked about eating at a different table. But when he became part of a high school team, a high school program, he was invited to the table with all the rest of the students. And it meant so much for that kid's development and growth. And unified flag football is certainly so special and gives these kids an opportunity to be on the big stage with their teammates, with their uniform on.
So we've got gridiron action from week 1 of IHSAA boys football. We've got girls flag football moving right along in the unified section as well. Paul, it's an exciting time of year, and there's going to be a lot to talk about here on the Commissioner's Corner. And before you know it, we're going to get to the winter as well. Before you know it, we're going to get to Lucas Oil Stadium. So looking forward to chatting all about it with you over the next few weeks, and hope you have some fun back at the alma mater next week, my man.
I've always loved going back home.
Talk to you next week, Paul.
Very good. We'll see you soon.
Thanks for listening to The Commissioner's Corner with IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig, and thank you for your continued support of the high schools in your community.
Get Pulse Technology on your team and score a touchdown with our managed print and copier services. Cover your bases with our IT and technology solutions, or hit a home run with our wide selection of office supplies. Scoreboards or AV solutions from Pulse Technology. That's a slam dunk. Or go for the grand slam with our office furniture and design services. Get in touch with us today. Pulse Technology, powering Indiana business since 1919.
Strachan Van Til for the win with 4 ways to save. Catch price drops on over 15,000 items and check the weekly ad for can't miss deals. Stack on the rewards program for digital coupons, points toward discounts and free products, and power up with our own brands. Keep your budget in the safety zone. Get the same great taste as national labels at lower prices. If you can't taste the difference, why pay the difference? Score big value with 4 ways to save at Strachan Van Til.
Apparently he's not running for his...
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Welcome back. Halftime here. This one between Crown Point and Pike. 7-6 our score. That's a fun one.
Yes, it is.
The only reason why we have a separation on the scoreboard is a blocked PAT from Crown Point. The only difference in this one. Kevin and Jay back with you here in the press box at Crown Point High School, where the Bulldogs look to win their 38th consecutive regular season game. First half stats, really, really interesting. It's been 2 completely different games. Crown Point's dominated on the ground. Meanwhile, Pike is finding success on offense through the air.
Yeah, it just seems like Crown Point is not blitzing as much as they have in the past and sitting in their zone coverage. And the sophomore quarterback, Chapman, has just been able to pick them apart. I mean, the touchdown pass was absolutely phenomenal. A little flip into the quarter in the end zone. And, you know, that's great coaching right there. Tell your quarterback always throw to the wide side of the field. You've got your receiver, throw it as far as you can. Keep it in bounds. He did that. Gave his field receiver, Fields, a chance to make that great catch right over the top of the defensive back. Defensive back helpless in that situation.
And although the score might say, hey, defensive fans, this game's for you, it actually, when you look at the numbers, hasn't been that way. Pike is 6 for 7 on third downs. Crown Point's 4 for 4. And yet somehow our score is only 7-6.
Well, we did have a couple miscues by the Crown Point kicking team. One, he was a 50-yarder at the end of the half that had no chance, and then another one on a bad snap that could have led to some more points. And then on the other side, Pike has just been able to move the ball, but they just haven't been able to complete it once they get to about the 40-yard line.
Their one drive, they got inside the 40. They ended up taking it into the house. Reminder, at the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll name the Crowd Companies Lancerman Superhero of the Game. Crowd Companies. Offices open in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City. One possible candidate for each side through the first half, Jeff.
Yeah, I got to go with Jace Chapman having a great first half as a sophomore. He's throwing it to spots where only his receivers can catch the ball. And then I got to go with A.J. Summers. He has just been grounding and pounding the ball offensively. He's been getting a lot of the carries in that Wildcat that Crown Point has had quite a bit of success. Just Crown Point just cannot finish their drives off. That's one of the reasons why this score is the way it is.
Also, like to remind you that coming up after this game, we'll name the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game. Brought to you by Boilermakers Local 374. Earn while you learn with Boilermakers Local 374. We won't get you that one yet, but you have an early candidate, Ben Clark.
I'm looking at Ben Clark. He has been all over this field, making tackles, disrupting plays. He's just playing a great first half, and I think defensively you got to look at Davon Mills, the defensive end, number 55. He and his cohort, Keeson Harvey, the defensive tackle, both on that side of the defense, making havoc in that backfield, especially when Krusty is rolling out. It just seems like he doesn't have any time. When he sits in the pocket, he has more time. It's harder for that offensive line to sustain their blocks.
And last but not least, after this game, we'll name the Proud Union Home Play of the Game, presented by Ironworkers Local 395, Ironworkers Local 395. To find out how you can become a Union Ironworker, visit ironworkers395.com. Feels like this one's easy, right? The touchdown catch.
Oh, yeah, it's a layup.
That's a layup.
Wrong sport.
Exactly. We got a couple months still hoops. I know we're in Indiana, but still, we got a couple months still down.
That's right.
Bryson Fields with a touchdown catch for Pike. Crown Point with a touchdown of their own, courtesy of A.J. Summers. We take a break. When we come back, we'll check out some scores from across the region.
Yes.
Up next on Football Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, we've got you covered. As Crowd Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowd Company's insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I've received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
From lighting up Friday night football to powering the classrooms that shape the students of Lake County, IBEW Local 697 is proud to support our region's schools and the communities we call home. A career as a union electrician could be your next great move. Your next cap might be a hard hat. IBEW Local 697, powering futures, powering the region.
You ready? Let's go. Yeah. For those of you that want to know what we're all about, it's like this, y'all. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name.
Your future starts
here.
Follow all of tonight's region football scores live on the Hometown Scoreboard. Streaming on YouTube.com/RegionSports, Facebook.com/RegionSports, and RegionSports.com. Courtesy of your neighbor Track and Van Til. Shop online for delivery or curbside pickup at TrackandVanTil.com. Jay, what do we got across the region here as week 2 is underway?
All right, here we go. All right. Now, there's a lot of people, don't forget, we are half an hour ahead, so a lot of these scores are in the first quarter. Here, let's start off with Boone Grove and South Central Satellites. Boone Grove 14, South Central 0. Bowman and Bishop Knoll knotted up at 0. Calumet all over River Forest 24-6. Chesterton Trojans 13. Morton Governors 0. That was one of my picks. I might be giving up a point right there to Mike Dewan. Mike, if you're listening, they're coming back, baby. All right, here we go. Continue on. East Chicago Central versus West Side, knotted up at 0. Griffith 14, Munster 6. Lake Central 6. Hanover Central 3. That's in the first quarter. Wheeler 21, Kankakee Valley 0. Lowell and LaPorte knotted up at 7. I took LaPorte in that one just because I thought Lowell might be beat up a little bit after playing these Bulldogs last week. Maryville 14, Lafayette Jefferson 14 as well. And they started late a little bit just like us, but they are late in the second quarter. Detroit Cass Technicians 42, Michigan City 0. It's going to be a long ride home. And here we go. Portage Indians 7, Hobart Brickies 7. All right, a good game right there. I did pick the Brickies to win that one. Valparaiso 28, South Bend Riley 0. TS South and Hammond Central knotted up at 0 in the first quarter. And my Highland Trojans 15, Whiting 0. It's in the first quarter.
Hey, good start, though, for your Trojans.
Yes, sir. And one score I did not get, but we'll keep you posted as soon as I see it pop up. Bishop Lures and Andran 59ers. I did not see that one pop up. I will keep an eye on it for you and give you an update as soon as I see it.
We'll keep you posted on that one. That is a scoreboard update courtesy of your neighbor Track and Van Til Food Market. Track and Van Til, your favorite Indiana-made grocery store. When we come back, the keys to the second half and the second half kickoff. You're watching Football Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Navigating Medicare doesn't have to be overwhelming. Crown Point's Christina Cherenko is a licensed insurance agent helping clients locally and nationwide with Medicare Advantage, Medicare Supplement, and separate dental, hearing, and vision options. Her personalized guidance is always free. Call Christina today at 219-444-0304 or visit KIGcares.com. KIG Senior Solutions is not connected with the federal Medicare program. Contacting this number connects you with a licensed insurance agent. This is an advertisement for insurance. Is your home ready for a refresh? Trust a cleaning and restoration specialist at Master Clean. For over 40 years, Master Clean has helped Northwest Indiana homeowners keep their homes looking their best. With professional carpet and upholstery cleaning, tile and grout cleaning, pet stain and odor removal, and more. With honest pricing and satisfaction guaranteed, you can count on Master Clean to get the job done right. Call 219-662-7838 or visit MasterCleanSelect.com today. Master Clean. Life happens. We help clean it up.
At Athletic Performance Factory in Highland, Indiana, we push you to be bigger, faster, stronger, more explosive. Challenge every muscle with our cutting-edge sand speed and agility training. Build rock-solid strength and core stability to dominate on game day. Rent our full-size outdoor turf field for team workouts and practices. Improve your swing, boost your field skills, and protect your arm with expert one-on-one baseball and softball training built around you. We develop the entire athlete, mentally and physically. Athletic Performance Factory, where athletes are made.
At American Testing Services, based in Hobart, Indiana, we specialize in NDT drone inspections and heat treatment services for local mills, fab shops, and facilities across the country. From Northwest Indiana to nationwide, we deliver precision, safety, and reliability. American Testing Services, America's trusted name in NDT.
Mayor Pete Land and the Crown Point Pace Department are proud to support Crown Point athletics and say, Go Bulldogs! Crown Point remains dedicated to preserving history, celebrating everyday life, providing the best in-city services, and encouraging smart growth. Check out classic cars and new autos during the Crown Point Car Cruise. Join us from 4 to 8 p.m. on select Tuesdays through September 29th. The Car Cruise will move on select dates. For a list, visit crownpoint.info/Car Cruise. Couple of quick scoreboard updates for you. We turn back to our hometown scoreboard, powered by our friends at Track and Van Til, your favorite Indiana-made grocery store.
All right, we got that update. Like I promised you, the Andrean 59ers 19, Bishop Luers 7, and a very high-scoring first half. Maryville 21, Lafayette Jefferson 21, knotted up at halftime.
Those again, the hometown scoreboard. Obviously, we'll have updates for you, but also another option. Why don't you have that open another tab as well on your computers or your smart devices as well. Second half, quick key, one for each side as before Pike receives the opening kickoff to begin the second stanza.
I think if you're Pike, you got to stay going through the air. You've been tearing them up offensively through the air. For Crown Point, they've got to start blitzing, putting some heat on the sophomore quarterback, forcing him to make some mistakes.
So here we go. Oliver Brewer will kick this one off. Pike enjoyed some momentum. They were fired up, jogging off to the locker room there after the missed field goal. Only down by 1.
A long jog to the locker room. Good strategy.
That would count as some people's workouts for the day. Myself included. Griffin and Fields, the deep men for Brewer, to boot it away. Tight one as we expected coming into this one. Between one of the underrated programs in one of the best conferences in the state and obviously the region's best in Crown Point. Fields and Griffin let it go over their heads, and it's a touchback.
Yes. Well, let's see what the sophomore quarterback can do here. Start of the second half. He seems to be maturing right before our eyes as this game progresses, getting more experience, more confidence.
He was 7 for 11 with 79 yards throwing the ball, which includes the passing touchdown to Bryson Fields, who is his second on the season. Second half will officially begin with 1st and 10 on the -20. Merriweather, the featured tailback. They stack it on each side. Handoff, Merriweather, a good cutback inside, and he powers his way forward for 4.
Yeah, we got our blue-collar player of the halftime so far coming in and keeping the pace going. Ben Clark right there tackles him for only a 4-yard gain. 2nd down and 6.
4 for 5th time. We've called his name at this point tonight. Obviously excited to see the official stat sheet post-game. 2nd and 6. Identical formation as 1st and 10. Hood showing pressure, now backs off. They fake the screen. Chapman lost it to a wide-open man down the sideline, and a diving catch made by Elijah Smith. But they said he did not get the foot down.
Looks like his knee may have hit the ground before he had complete control of the ball. Goes up for the ball. Oh, that's really close.
Oh, I think they missed that one.
I want to say he got his left foot in.
That foot looked like it was down as well. I'm with you, Jay.
Yeah, it looked like the contact for the left foot hit first before the knee hit out of bounds.
Obviously no instant replay, but you can see why Elijah Smith was frustrated there. Chapman high over the middle and incomplete. Went through the hands of Sadler, the corner, and it's a 3 and out. But, man, if you're Pike, that's a tough break
yes,
because
it is.
Smith, by our angle and a great shot by our crew, appeared to have gotten the foot down before he stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, what a great job by our cameraman out there, doing a great job. Nice angle to get that perfect shot of the catch. And that one's going to be reviewed later. We'll send it to Indianapolis for review.
That's one of those where if there is replay, you're seeing that challenge flag come out immediately.
Definitely.
Here's a punt. Sanchez took time to collect it. It may have been deflected, but it's still going to take a very favorable bounce for Pike. And it will be down inside the 40-yard line. A laser off the boot of Johnny Sanchez, and it'll give Crown Point field position from their own 40.
Yeah, it looked like Brody Hood, number 7, had a clear shot at blocking it, but he took a bad angle because if he would have blocked it, he'd have ran right over the punter. So good job of holding up right there. Got to take a little bit of a side angle, a little bit of a curve to it.
So how does Crown Point adjust? We saw them struggle in the first half last week, mainly because of 3 first-half turnovers. This time they haven't turned the ball over, but their inabilities to execute in the red zone have cost them so far tonight.
Yes, they have. They've got to finish the drives off. They've got to just stay and ground and pound.
They'll go on the ground with Shutt on the first play from scrimmage for a 2.5-yard gain.
Yeah, they've been quite successful running the ball in between the tackles. It seems like when they try to run outside, they're not as successful. Or when they run their sprint out passing packages, they don't seem to be very good at blocking those. He stays in the pocket. Krusty does have some time to throw the ball.
So look at this. They're going to go back to the Wildcat formation here. They bring in the beef with the extra tight end and the extra tailback as well. Summers on the Wildcat. Calls his own number. Looking off that right side, and he's taken down. Great tackle in the open field by Kyson Harvey, and it brings up 3rd and 5.
Yeah, Harvey with good lateral pursuit, just only giving up a couple yards. 3rd down and 5. Big conversion down for the Crown Point Bulldogs. I think you got to go back to that short, quick passing game that they've had success in the low game a little bit here. They really haven't gone to it very much, but it just seems like the defensive backs for Pike have been giving them enough cushion that they can get the first down here, and then they go with the line change.
Miscommunication again.
10 seconds left on the play clock.
3rd down and 5. You can't waste timeouts here like you could in the first half. Pistol formation. Play fake. Custy looking, open man caught. It's Ford. Inside midfield. Ford has a first down to the 44.
Yeah, great combination route right there. They had the outside receiver just run a little flat pattern, Ford running a little curl, and the inside receiver that trips to that side ran a post corner and cleared out that defensive back and linebacker, stretched him out. So great job passing right there, and Krusty just found the open man. Nice job of Ford just finding that open spot and just settling right there.
They're now 5 for 5 on 3rd downs today, Jay.
That's pretty darn good.
From the 44, here's 1st and 10. Pistol again as Custy takes it out of the pocket of Shutt, flushed out to his right. A lot of Pike guys there, and he just gets rid of it right before he's drilled by Skilt, as well as the oncoming DN and Amir Mills.
Yeah, Krusty tried to extend that play as much as humanly possible. He's got to get rid of that one a little bit sooner. Well, look at that. The big orange moon out there. Last night, I think, was a eclipse or something or other, right?
I'm not a scientist, so I want to know much about that. Partial eclipse, I think.
Partial eclipse, full eclipse. All right, there we go, see?
We're learning something new every day.
I'm Mr. Science.
Direct snap, Summers again. Stiff arms a man. Summers with an extra burst with first down yardage as he takes the pile with him to the 32.
Yeah, Summers, the featured back tonight, having himself a nice drive right here. Bounces off one running defensive back, pushes off one, and then accelerates for another 6-7 yard gain. About 12-yard gain total on that play.
Took 3 Red Devils to bring him down on the far side. Custy re-enters. Summers gets a breather. Just past the 3-minute mark in our 3rd quarter. 7-6 the score. Custy in this offense finally looking on pace and on rhythm, and a flag is thrown. Nope, the flag was just thrown to get the play dead, but a timeout was called first by Crown Point.
Looks like the 40-second clock might have ran out on him.
Right before. So a timeout will take with them. This is Football Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the Nika contractors and electrical workers of Local 531.
Welcome to Diamond Plate, your new go-to sports bar with a casual vibe and elevated ballpark favorites. Dig into hand-breaded chicken tenders, juicy burgers, build your own pizzas, and don't forget our full bar stocked with local favorites and everyday classics. Located inside Athletic Performance Factory. Diamond Plate.
So 1st and 10, Summers again with a hole. A.J. Summers to the second level, makes the cut and scores!
Wow, what a run by A.J. Summers. Fouls his blockers to about 15, 20 yards downfield and then cuts back against the grain and pumps it in for the score. We're watching the replay. You see Summers right there. Fouls his blockers, then bounces it to the outside, then cuts back inside again and makes 2 tacklers miss at about the 10-yard line. Looked like they had nothing they wanted to do with trying to tackle him at the 10-yard line, just sort of ole tackling, and he punches it in. Big score right there. Some momentum being sucked back to this Crown Point side, the stands. In the stands, you can hear the fans cheering him on.
To take a 14-6 lead. Here's Brewer for the PAT. Summers on the hole. Brewer cranks it right through to make it 14-6. So Crown Point does a great job. Their first offensive possession of the game, they go 60 yards on just 6 plays. And they take an 8-point lead, Jay.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for the update there, Mike. I made a mistake. Instead of cussed you, I have crushed you on there. Oops. Sorry about that.
But A.J. Summers, though, continues to be a big factor in this one.
Bad typing by me. Thanks for catching that, Mike.
Reminder to cheer on your favorite team, then take care of your own. HealthLink offers affordable health care for kids and adults, including medical, dental, behavioral health, vision, pharmacy services, and more. Find a location near you at healthlinkchc.org. Cushty's had a regular or unusually quiet day because of the work of A.J. Summers out of the Wildcat formation.
They've been very successful on that Wildcat formation throughout the night. And they just punched it in using that. They threw, I think, 1 pass on that series right there for the first down. Big first down to start the drive, and then continued with the Wildcat in the running game. They are clicking on all cylinders. You take one part of the game away offensively for the Bulldogs, then they go back and find something that does work, and then they stick with it.
So here's Brewer to kick it away. Headed right for Griffin, who lets it touch down in the red paint for a touchback. So here's possession number 2 for Pike. As much as giving up the touchdown obviously stinks, in terms of what they were going to need to do anyways, not the end of the world, right?
No, not at all. Got to put a good drive here together here, and you got to match them score for score. And you, after seeing Pike's field goal unit, you're definitely not going to see the field goal unit come back on the rest of the game.
So 1st and 10 from the 20. They went 3 and out to begin the second half. Merriweather, the tailback, gets the handoff on 1st and 10. Wow, what a exorbitant effort there to pick up 6 when the hole was close to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it looks like that was number 45, Ortiz, coming up and making the tackle, but he did drag the defense there for about 6 yards, so 2nd down and 4. Pike staying ahead of the chains.
They ran it for 4 and then went 2 incompletions to end their opening drive of the half. They were 6 for 7 in the first half on 3rd down, so even if they get behind schedule, not the end of the world is what they showed. Motion man, and instead it's a give. Up the gut is Merriweather for a yard.
Yeah, good job at defensive line, surging right there in the middle of it. And it looks like number 48, Stephen Palatek, came up and made the big hit right there.
So 3rd and 2 from the 28-yard line. They're 6 for 8 overall now on 3rd down today. Chapman gives it off. It's Merriweather up the middle. Great push. But the pile's going to push him right near the line to gain. The far side official came in saying first down. I think the near side official is spotting that way as well, too.
No, they're going to mark it just short.
Whoa.
A pack of dogs piled up right there and stopped him just short. Looks like about a half a yard short of the first down.
So they are going to kick it again, and they're going to send Gurnick back deep. I am a little surprised here. The offense is staying out, Jay, to try to at least bait him, right?
That's right. Hey, you're the underdog in this game. You're on the road. Why not?
Going to boot it away and trust their defense. Oh, it's a fake! And they are not going to get there.
Well, you saw right before the snap, I don't know if you saw it, but Kevin, the up back went like this, just flinched just a little bit before the snap. His hands went up like this, and the defense saw that and read it perfectly.
At that point, if you're running a fake, why is the offense not staying on the field is my question.
That's right. I agree. You go quarterback sneak. The bad thing is, about shotgun all the time is that when you want fourth down and a half a yard or something like that, how often do you practice the quarterback getting under the center and getting a push and getting that offensive line moving in sync? Not very often. That's one of the reasons why, I like teams that mix it up with shotgun and going under center.
And you just sung the praises of probably so many traditionalists out there who are saying, this is why they need to keep going under center.
That's right.
Handoff. And Gurnick's upended after a 1-yard gain. Tackle made by Chapman III.
What a good defensive line surge for the Pike Red Devils, holding Crown Point to only 1 yard on first down. Here's the problem. You see all these guys coming in and out. Now, they're moving a little bit faster. They're getting to playing a lot better here in the second half as compared to the first half.
Pistol again.
15 seconds left on the play clock.
Custy on a play fake. Rolling out to his right, and he overthrows Kingston Connolly, who was wide open in the flat.
Yeah, it looked like number 8 for the Pike Red Devils.
That's Tristan Sisk.
Yeah, forced a quick pass by Custy right there to get that ball. He was closing quickly, and Custy just had to throw it, hope for the best.
Crown Point 5 for 5 on third downs today, and out comes the jumbo package, which means Summers in the Wildcat.
Third down and 9, and they're going with the jumbo. They must feel like they're doing a good job blocking up front. Either that or they're going to go for it on fourth down. Pick up half here, pick up the other half on fourth.
Summers with a big hole up the middle, but it's sealed up well. 3 Pike Red Devils were there to gobble them up. Sisk was in there. Also give a lot of credit to Tayshawn Sanders and Kyson Harvey.
Well, they just stood the pile up and said no go on this one.
Here comes the field goal unit again, Jake.
Let's see if we can get a good center snap. This is as good a time of any to practice this.
This is much shorter.
Yes, it is.
Comparatively, this is a
43-yarder.
Yep, 43. 0 for 2 on the day. Brewer got it.
With room to spare.
No question about the distance. It was a question about whether he could curl it around the left upright, and he did. So 17-6 the score. Good job by Pike to hold him up. And we like to remind you all to check out the IBEW Local 697 electrifying plays from this week's football action. Visit regionsports.com, Facebook/RegionSportsNation, or on Instagram. The electrifying plays presented by IBEW Local 697. Visit IBEW697.org to find out how you can start a career as a union electrician.
Yeah, 43-yard field goal. That could make that highlight reel. Also the pass from... let me get it here. Jace Chapman to Bryson Fields in that corner of the end zone. The little fade pass. That one also. And you got that A.J. Summer 13-yard run for a touchdown in the first quarter. You got some big-time highlights here in this game.
A 4-play, 3-yard drive for Crown Point to cash in on the 43-yard field goal. So now a 2-score game for the first time today. Pike needs to sustain a drive here to not only get back in this game, but just keep this Crown Point offense off the field. They have a monopoly of depth, and they've shown it off here tonight. That's a touchback, and we'll start from the 20 again.
Yeah, that one reached South Lake County there, all the way out through the back of the end zone.
So for Pike, what do you want? Obviously, besides getting a first down, what do you actually want to see physically from this group this drive?
Hey, you know what would be something different? We talked about it a little bit last week with Lowell. How about throwing the ball on first down? They seem to only throw on second and third down. Throw the ball on first down. Get the defense on their heels a little bit on first down.
So out comes the Red Devil offense. Their lone scoring drive was a 13-play, 82-yard drive back in the second quarter. They missed the extra point, which is why it was a 7-6 game at the half. Merriweather goes in motion, rejoins the backfield. Screen pass nearly picked, and it's incomplete. A.J. Summers jumped the route in the pass intended for Bryson Fields. Fields, who then boxed out the other two defenders to ensure we're not taking a loss, and that ball's not getting picked off. And Summers is in some pain on the near sideline.
Yeah, it looked like he got hit right in the gut as he was going up for that interception and got slammed to the field.
And that will take us to a injury timeout. We'll take it with them. 4:46 to go in the third. This is Football Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Sometimes the hardest part of improving your business isn't coming up with a great idea. It's knowing what to do with it. Chester Inc. Architectural and Construction Services is ready to meet all your industrial and commercial construction needs. Whether it's a small build-out or a complete construction project, Chester will design, build, and finance. Our team eliminates multiple contractors, providing you a single point of contact while staying within your budget. Chester Inc. Architectural and Construction Services, turning your ideas into realities.
I can't believe I waited this long to get help.
High cholesterol runs in my family, so I know I needed to get tested every few years.
If I didn't get checked out, I might not have known till it was too late.
I never would have guessed I had diabetes.
Between the stress and the kind of food I was eating, my blood pressure was through the roof.
HealthLink made it easy and affordable to get tested and put my mind at ease.
Call to schedule your health screening today because good health can't wait.
Welcome back. Summers able to walk off the field with the help of the trainers. It is 2nd and 10 from the 20 with Crown Point leading 17-6 against the Pike Red Devils, school located from the greater Indianapolis area. Chapman to throw on 2nd and 10. A lot of time. Now the pocket collapses. A shovel pass that gets across the line of scrimmage. Now Chapman is slow to get up on the far side after he took a late hit there from a
Josh Daniels, it looked like.
Yeah, from
the
nose tackle.
Yeah, it looked like he still had the ball, so he didn't get rid of it until just the last second and then just sort of flipped it out of bounds.
So Chapman is hurt. We'll take another break. You're watching Football Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
For 26 years, Armor Construction has been beautifying homes across Northwest Indiana. From expert roofing and durable siding to eye-catching custom copper work, Armor Construction does it all with the highest quality and integrity. Serving Lake, Porter, and LaPorte counties, trust the best exterior construction company in Northwest Indiana to protect your investment.
For months, it's all you've heard about. From the news broadcasts to the talk shows, from friends and family, and even from people you don't even know. It's coming to Hammond. It's really happening. It's free checking from Centier Bank. A perfect account for everyone.
So after the injury timeout, it's 3rd and 10. Bryson Fields is playing quarterback, the wide receiver. It's a direct snap for Fields with blockers in front. He spins out of one, tries to pirouette again. And he is well short of the line to gain. It's only going to be about a 3-yard gain for Fields, and out comes the punt unit. The one thing this Pike team can't afford is to lose their quarterback in Chapman.
Yeah, it looks like you can see from our vantage point, Caden Cross, number 7, warming up way on the other side behind the team on the track, trying to get his arm loosened up if Chapman cannot come back in. Big loss for the Red Devils.
It'll be Cross's season debut and perhaps his varsity debut if he comes in to this game tonight. The punt from Sanchez. He takes his time. It's an end-over-end spiraling kick that takes a Red Devil bounce inside the 45, and they'll secure it at the 43. So here comes Crown Point, up by 11 and 3:40 to go. Not saying you can get the dagger here in the third, but you can make this really tough for this Pike team.
Yeah, especially if their quarterback is out for the rest of the game. That defense has to answer the bell right here, come up with a big turnover, and set up their offense for an easy score. You're really putting a lot of pressure on this defense to come up big time.
Well, considering they started the last drive on the plus 29 and they limited them to a field goal.
Yes, that is a big change. Quick change right there.
Custy gives it off. It is shut. Oh, he got popped at the line of scrimmage.
Get the name of that truck. Number 25 for the Red Devils.
That's Antonio Dawkins Jr., an outside linebacker and a senior. First time we've called his name tonight.
Yeah, he blitzed right into that play, was in the backfield just as the running back got the ball.
They're going to give him a 1-yard pickup due to forward progress. 3:13 to go. Crown Point doing a better job getting the play in sooner. Extra tight end in motion. It's a quick hitter. Zylkowski makes the catch inside midfield, dragging a tackler with them and picking up first down yardage at the Pike 46.
Yeah, like I said earlier, that short passing game for the Bulldogs can be successful. Custy got rid of the ball quickly and threw it right to his open receiver.
A 10-yard pickup to the 45-yard line for Crown Point. A tackle made by Darren Mallory Sanders, whose helmet came off in the process of making the tackle.
Yep, we got a scoring update right after this play.
Reverse here, Connolly trying to bounce outside, puts a man in the ground. Connolly to the 40.
Yeah,
before
nice.
He's taken down by a pair of Red Devils.
Kingston Conley right there with a big hit right as he's going down. Looks like he picked up about 6 yards, and we had what was that scoring update? The Hanover Central 17, Lake Central 14? 13. There we go. And another scoring update. We've got Chesterton 13, Morton 6. That's at the half. Morton coming back. I'm a Governors fan this week.
Summers. Good patience, and he's a yard shy.
Yep, they're going to mark him about a half a yard short. Going to be 3rd down and less than a yard. Then bring in the extra jumbo package here. Get that half a yard push. Let's see, we got another scoring update. Hobart 20, Portage 7. That's in the second quarter.
And they're going to get it pretty easily with Summers. Man, he just runs with just so much power. And this offensive line has just been committed all day long to creating new holes for him to get to the second level.
We got a man down on the field. Great job of lead blocking. That was number 7 for the Bulldogs.
The ball will be spotted at the 30-yard line, so it's a 6-yard pickup, and we've got an injury on the field. It's an offensive lineman down. We'll take a break. This is Football Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Every great football game is shaped long before the final drive. It's built through preparation, discipline, and a plan. Retirement is no different. The closer you get, the more important every decision becomes. At Wealth Partners on Main, we help you build a personalized retirement strategy, so when you approach your retirement red zone, you can move forward with confidence. Because the best outcomes aren't left to chance. They're planned. Wealth Partners on Main, your home team for retirement.
At Blyce, we're used to having the athlete shop at our store.
Down, sit, put.
But sometimes they get carried away. Blyce, this is where the athlete shops.
Comes running off the
Welcome back. Friday Night Smiles are powered by Ethos Dental Group. Whether you're cheering from the stands or watching right here on RSN, Ethos Dental is proud to sponsor our local teams and communities. Ethos Dental Group, keeping the region smiling every Friday night.
And everybody's smiling because A.J. Summers ran off the field. And the number we were looking for was Brody Hood, who doesn't play very much offense, led that play, put a knockdown block to spring that play for the first down.
1st and 10 from the 30. Custy, a pump fake, taking a shot, one-on-one ball for Connolly, and he's ushered out of bounds, and there's a flag on the play. Flag there is going to be thrown on Jalen Griffin, the corner.
Yeah, it looked like Griffin right there was impeding the receiver and pushing him out of bounds. There's a difference between boxing out and pushing like he just did right there. And a good call by the official, pass interference. Oh, holding. Okay. Looks like he had a handful of jersey on that play as well. Hey, guess what they're right on?
They're in the Wealth Retirement Red Zone. Crown Point's into the Retirement Red Zone, sponsored by Wealth Partners on Main. Don't fumble your retirement. Give them a call at 219-278-4570. 1st and 10 from the 20.
Going a little bunch huddle right there at the line of scrimmage, the Bulldogs.
Man goes in motion. Custy gives it off. Shot looking for a hole, and a good tackle there. Made by Omir Mills.
Nice job by that defense. They cut him off. He was trying to bounce it outside, and Chet had nowhere to go, and just made it as much out of it as possible. And it looks like he lost about a yard, so it's going to be 2nd down and 11 for the Bulldogs. Now they're out of the red zone.
I was just about to make that same exact comment. They've exited the Wealth Retirement on Main red zone. From the 21, they can get back in it.
Yes, they can.
Which means we'll do the read again. Or will we? Custy looking for a quick hitter's throw in and out of the hands of Ialkowski. Yeah, it's 3rd and 11. Even if he had caught it, there were 3 white shirts around him.
Yeah, Ialkowski had no chance of catching that one, and if he did, he had no chance of getting back into the red zone. So it's going to be 3rd down and 11 here. You know, one guy they haven't targeted yet is Cooper Molaski at 6'7", the wide receiver / center. But it looks like they're going to go to the Wildcat here. As Custy comes out of the game, Schutt looks like he's going to be running the huddle.
At what point, if you're a defensive player, do you not see this package and know what's about to happen, right?
Yes.
It's Schutt this time, direct snap to him. He gets across the original line of scrimmage, but well short of the 1st down marker. He got to the 18-yard line. Here comes 4th down and 8.
Yeah, it looks like
this is well within his field goal range, too.
Yeah, it looks like number 5, Will Chapman, just lunged at Schutt and stuffed him at the line of scrimmage, and Schutt was still able to get a couple yards, so it's going to be 4th down and 8.
So after a 3-yard pickup, that'll end our 3rd quarter. We go to the 4th, 17-6. Decision time for Crown Point when we come back. This is Football Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
From first-time buyers to growing families and lifelong investors, our agents take the time to understand what matters most to you because every move is personal. Contact Alex Nicola, a 2013 Crown Point High School graduate, to get started. With experience you could count on and service you could feel, we're here when it matters most. The Nicola Group, the trusted Northwest Indiana real estate team.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4ajobdoneright.com.
Welcome back here on the Region Sports Network, fourth quarter.
A little Sweet Caroline going on in the crowd at the tradition here at Crown Point at the end of the third quarter.
Fun environment to watch a football game. Stands are packed. The hill is filled as well, too. And they're going to go for it here on 4th down and 8 from the 18. They shift to the weak side. They're trying to see, I think, if there'll be a jump here.
15 seconds
Pike.
left on the play clock.
And there's going to be your timeout. By the way, notice the inside linebacker there, Willie Chapman and Davon Ashmore. Great teamwork by both of them. They were communicating with the entire front of the offensive line saying, do not jump, do not jump. They forced Crown Point to burn the timeout.
Yeah, great job. They made that adjustment throughout the game, especially right when they first did this with Crown Point. When they did that early on in the first half, they were jumped several times in a row.
So here's our first timeout of the fourth quarter. And the decision here for Coach Busia, you're well within Oliver Brewer's field goal range here, but a touchdown here gives you just so much momentum to try to end this one.
Well, then again, you also think, okay, my defense has been playing pretty good, and Chapman may be out for the rest of the game. Put them in the hole here. Go for it. If you don't get the touchdown, you give them pretty darn bad field position. And they did enter the Wealth Management.
The Wealth Partners on Main Red Zone. Visit wealthpartnersonmain.com and start building your retirement playbook today. They're going to try a field goal. This is a 35-yarder. Snap down. They nearly block it, but Brewer does not hit it.
Looks like it just tailed off to the left just at the very end.
He missed it wide left, so a great stand from the Pike Red Devils defense.
Yep. Well, let's see if they can answer the bell. Their defenses answered the bell. Let's see if the offense can back them up. Try and get some first downs, get some points on the board here as we start the fourth quarter. 5 seconds gone in the fourth quarter.
That's a pretty positive way to start the fourth quarter when you're trailing, right?
And when you're 2.5 hours away from home.
So they miss it from 35. So out comes the Pike offense. They'll take over from their own 20. It's been the theme of this first half. Their fourth drive of the second half, I beg your pardon. All 4 times they've started from the 20.
Makes for a long field.
Inside, Merriweather breaks through a couple and...
Looks like that's Caden Cross on the field, number 7.
It is the backup Cross. From our vantage point here, far sideline, it appears that Chapman is still getting worked on the medical table on the far sideline. Obviously, we'll report back if we get any updates from the far side.
And this is a tough spot for the young quarterback Cross to come in.
His varsity football debut, by the way.
Looks like they're throwing the kitchen sink at him here. They got 5 guys up on the line of scrimmage.
They're bringing the house, and it's another good run, and it's going to get him first down yardage. That is Montequet's first carry of the day. Yep. It's good for 6 yards and a first down.
Yeah, Brody Hood right there with the big tackle. Looks like he had some room to run. If Hood doesn't make that tackle, he accelerates into the defensive backfield. Who knows how much more he could have gotten.
Handoff again. And it's another productive run. Look at the leg drive there from 34 in white. Montiquette, 2 strong carries for his first 2 of the day.
He's like a bowling ball out there at 5'8", 180 pounds. He just lowered his shoulder and just ran right over the defense. 2nd down and 1. You ought to like this kind of field position.
They're keeping it moving here. 10:24 to go. They chase 11 here in the 4th quarter. Montiquette again. This time he's gobbled up. Great inside pursuit by Garrett Ortiz. He has been everywhere on the field tonight.
Yes, he has. Clark and Ortiz from those linebacker positions have just been tearing it up along with Brody Hood. They have been just attacking that offensive line.
So through 3 quarters, it's 3rd down and 1. Pike was 0 for 3 on third downs in the 3rd quarter. This is their first 3rd down of the 4th quarter.
And 4th and 1.
3rd and 1. Yeah, it's a play fake. Open man. Great tackle near the line of game, but he's going to get first down yardage is Jalen Griffin. So Cross has his first completion of the day that moves the sticks after a 2-yard pickup.
Nice job by Cross getting that ball out of his hand quickly, setting up the his wide receiver to make barely enough for the first down.
So he only got actually a 1-yard pickup, but they said his forward progress got him across the line to gain. From the 41, it's 1st and 10. Caden Cross is composed in the backfield. It's another handoff. Montiquette picks up 1.
Brody Hood right there on the tackle. Nice job.
I think your halftime selection of blue collar is looking pretty good. Him and Ben Clark were your 2 guys you mentioned during the halftime show. 2nd and 9, beg your pardon. Twin stacks again. Montiquette is the tailback. Left of Cross. Keep in mind the protection flips with the right-handed quarterback. Cross. Pressure coming. Tries to escape. He does, and he gets blasted. Brody Hood met him for a loss of 1.
And a nice job by Hood right there, leading with the shoulder pad and making a clean hit. Looked like, the opposing coaches were jumping up and down saying that was a hit with the helmet. No dice. He led right there with the shoulder pad and made a clean hit and cleaned it up nicely. Cross is like going, I don't get hit like that in practice.
Especially with the second teamers, right?
Yes. The bells are ringing in his head right now.
That's a sophomore on sophomore action there with Hood on Cross. 3rd down and 10, a 1-yard loss. Flag on the play. I don't think they got it off in time.
Yep, 0 on the play clock.
Push him back 5 more, and now Cross and company have a very particular 3rd down situation here.
Very dangerous.
You got to make up a lot of this here because I'm assuming this is 4-down territory from here on out. You played the game, so
with 7:42 left in the 4th quarter, I think if you can cut it in half here, get about 4th and about 5 or 6, then yes, I'd go for it.
They're behind schedule from their own 36. Screen pass. Griffin's going to have to make up a lot of ground, and he will make up 3 yards to the 39.
Yeah, Connor Trapp right there did a nice job slowing the receiver down and making the tackle only for a short gain. Going to be 4th down and about 12.
And they will punt it instead.
Good call.
It's the safe call at this point,
yes,
right?
Yes.
Still have all 3 of your timeouts, and you're only chasing 11. However, the problem is their kicking game.
Yes, suspect at best.
It's a very fair determination of their kicking game. Suspect. Sanchez on again.
And I was going to say, as things go, you force a turnover, you get a short field, you kick it off, you get a stop in here. There's a lot of possibilities for Pike here.
Sanchez gets it away without any pressure. There's no one deep for Crown Point. This is going to help Pike a lot as this ball skips its way all the way inside the 15-yard line.
That's about a 15-yard loss right there for the Bulldogs. If they'd had somebody back there, it looked like it landed right around the 30-yard line and then had that little roll to it and got down to the 15.
So this will be Crown Point's worst starting field position of the game. And be reminded to stay connected with all things Region Sports by supporting and following us on social media. We're always active on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, X, and online at regionsports.com. Celebrating over 25 years, we're proud to still be the only game in town. We were the first game in town tonight, too, with the
yes,
6:30 start.
Yeah, we're always looking for new sponsors, new people that want to contribute to the community. So come join us. Be a RSN team member.
We have a lot of fun here. We got a great crew on site as well, helping make this possible. Our great crew behind the scenes in the studios as well. Summers, good to see he's back in the game, picks up 4 on 1st and 10.
Yeah, Mike DeWan following me very closely. I appreciate it, Michael. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be 2nd down and about 6.
Mike DeWan, in case you're unfamiliar, our great sports director. You and him did a great job on Weekly. They didn't let you pick this game, which I know you were wanting to try to get one more on Mike, right?
Yes.
Here's Summers.
Hey, some of my picks are coming back, baby.
Gang tackled after picking up 3.
We got any more scoring updates there, Zach? What's that?
Lafayette 35, Maryville 20.
Oh, Lafayette 35, Maryville 21. Boy, Maryville's got this game and then another tough one against these Bulldogs here at home, though, next week.
Schedule not easy in the DAC. That's why this non-conference game is also way more fun, because two teams who are in grueling conferences. We mentioned Crown Point and a timeout called by Crown Point with 5:10 to go, and we'll keep it right here for a brief moment.
All right, let's do it.
You have Crown Point, who's in the DAC, which for our friends from down south who might be tuning in, hello, thank you for being with us. We hope you're enjoying our show tonight. The best conference in Northwest Indiana.
Oh, by far.
And then you have a Pike team who's from, you can make the case, and I don't think a lot of people would disagree with you, are from the best conference in the state just based off the programs and just the resumes that every team in that league has.
Yeah, I mean, you've got the Lawrence Central, Lawrence North in there, Carmel in there.
Ben Davis is in there as well. Warren Central, North Central, Lawrence, both Lawrence schools, Central and North. And by the way, this Pike team just played Zionsville last weekend too. They have thrown themselves in the fire with Michael Brevard, and it's a great commitment as well to the players on this team and a belief that they're going to be competitive all season long. And the only way to do that is to challenge yourselves in the non-conference. So a great job by both staffs to be committed to being ready for conference play, which starts next week.
Well, and it all hinges on the athletic directors going out and finding these games, like these big travel games for both Pike and Crown Point.
And Custy on an inside run calls his own number and picks up a 1st down. Needed 2, he picks up 7.
Yeah, great job by Custy on that run right there. Just found his blockers. He's like, Coach, everybody else is running the ball. I want some ball time here. He's, hey, I'm not throwing it a lot tonight, so hey, get me in the running game. He just made his case for carrying the ball a little bit more. All right, Crown Point able to get that ball, get up at the line of scrimmage with 9 seconds left, get the snap off.
Shot again. This time he's met the line of scrimmage, somehow shook off one.
Picked up a yard. He got popped right at the line of scrimmage.
The determination to find your way and fight your way forward is impressive there from Shutt, which we saw last week when he dominated that Lowell team for 160 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, I think one of his carries was right around 60 yards for a touchdown. So he had the Lantern Man superhero player of the game.
So they pick up 1. Clock still rolling. They have the ease of taking their time. Inside 4 minutes left, they lead by 11. Wildcat, end around now. Summers gives it off to Shutt. Sheds 1 tackle, but he's tripped up. A nice pursuit there from McLaren, the senior corner.
Yeah, a little counter action right there. Having that unbalanced line to the right side and then countering back to the left. Pike defense has not been tricked by that play at all tonight. But again, Crown Point, their best friend right now is the clock.
And that's why in the first half this was a concern to get in
Yes.
late. And obviously at this level there's no player-to-helmet, player-to-coach communications in the helmets.
Correct.
Like they even have now in the college level. Summers on 3rd and long. Extra push will keep him short, and a timeout called by Pike with 3:05 left to pick up the stop on 3rd down. And we'll take a break. You're watching Football Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Get Pulse Technology on your team and score a touchdown with our managed print and copier services. Cover your bases with our IT and technology solutions, or hit a home run with our wide selection of office supplies. Scoreboards or AV solutions from Pulse Technology. That's a slam dunk. Or go for the grand slam with our office furniture and design services. Get in touch with us today. Pulse Technology, powering Indiana business since 1919.
Strachan Van Til for the win with 4 ways to save. Catch price drops on over 15,000 items and check the weekly ad for can't miss deals. Stack on the rewards program for digital coupons, points toward discounts and free products, and power up with our own brands. Keep your budget in the safety zone. Get the same great taste as national labels at lower prices. If you can't taste the difference, why pay the difference? Score big value with 4 ways to save at Strachan Van Til.
Welcome back. Mayor Pete Land and the Crown Point Pace Department are proud to support Crown Point Athletics and say, Go Bulldogs! Crown Point remains dedicated to preserving history, celebrating everyday life, providing the best in-city services, and encouraging smart growth. Bad snap. Brewer
he can punt
tries
it
to punt it, and he does, and he kicks it out of bounds, or inbounds, and now it'll kick out of bounds at the 37-yard line. Oliver Brewer, well done.
And this is the most excited I've heard this crowd all night long. They are giving a standing ovation for the punter. What a job by the punter.
That was really well done.
You know, he only gets 14 opportunities a year, and then he gets one and it's bulleted over his head, but a kind bounce as it landed and kicked straight up in the air and went right to him.
So Pike has to go in a hurry. 2:55 to go. They trail by 11. So you need points here and then an onside kick.
Yes. And, you know, the coaching staff, when they saw that punt go over the punter's head, or the long snap go over the punter's head, they were like going, oh, yes, we're back in this one, baby. And then he picks it up and punts it away.
Well, there's a fan in front of us who decided to just throw it away.
Yeah.
Because he's allowed to do that as well, too. I'll finish up the end of our friend City of Crown Point in a moment. Cross taking a shot downfield into traffic, and it's broken up. Well done, DeJuan Alden on the one-on-one jump ball for Elijah Smith. Reminder to check out classic cars and new autos during the Crown Point Car Cruise. Join us from 4 to 8 p.m. on select Tuesdays through September 29th. Car Cruise, when we want select dates for a list, visit crownpoint.info/car cruise.
Yeah, great job Outen right there, closing the gap. Looked like Fields was open for a second, and then he closed the gap, got his hand up in between the receiver and the ball, and swatted it away. That's a great job of closing right there.
And not the worst ball from Cross
No,
either.
no, not at all.
Blitz coming. Cross gives it off Merriweather, and Hood wrestles him to the ground after a 2-yard pickup. And it's 3rd and long.
Pike going right back to the line of scrimmage.
Time is not on their side.
Yes, they've got to pick up the pace here. But you know what? You got a new quarterback in there. It's going to take him a few seconds to get the play, digest it, get it back out to everybody. Wasted about 20 seconds or so right there to get that play in. Got to pick up the pace.
3rd and 8.
Got to get this first down. It's 2-down territory for him now.
Cross. Climbs the ladder. Checks it down underneath. It's short. Tackled inbounds is Cook. At the 44-yard line, here comes 4th down, and here comes your ball game right here.
Right here, I think you got to call a timeout, get this first down, settle your quarterback down. You're under 2 minutes.
The Red Devils will have 4th.
They are not calling a timeout here.
You really need a big play right here, something to only get about 4 or 5 yards. A quick hitter for Cross to throw quickly.
95 seconds to go. First down and the game's over. Lofting it up for Smith. Open, and he makes the catch inside the 35-yard line. Elijah Smith broke out on his route, and a good throw from Caden Cross extends the game for Pike.
Yeah, Outen did not close on that one. Gave him too big of a cushion, and what a great job coming back to the ball right there, extending his hands and getting a big catch right there for the first down. Clock stops on first down. They set the chains.
They pick up 21 yards on the play. 1:27 to go. Clock stopped. 1 timeout left for Pike. I beg your pardon. Cross gives it off. Montecat again trying to get to the second level. Hood tackles him in bounds. I'm really surprised they're not calling a timeout here.
Definitely. They've got to pick up the pace. I mean, they were trying to trick Crown Point defense into running a running play right there. There's no dice. Short pickup, wasting too much time. Just about a minute left in the game.
They're still in it, too.
Yes.
It's only a 2-possession game. 57 seconds left. They got to go now. Cross to throw. Pressure coming. Steps up in the pocket. Wrangled up and dropped. He picks up 2 on the play. And that is all. And now you get the timeout from Pike with 42 seconds left.
Yeah, their usage of the timeouts right there a little questionable. You got 3rd down and 6, 42 seconds left. The quarterback just got his bell rung. Cross is going, really, Coach, I was more comfortable on the sidelines after taking 2 big hits like he just did.
Beg your pardon. They now have 1 timeout right. They have 2 timeouts. The yellow and white on the scoreboard, sometimes hard to differentiate. Yes. I got fooled there. Hands up, that's on me. Here comes 3rd down, and they could have stopped the clock with 1:15 or so left.
Yes.
And you're facing 3rd down with 1:15. Now you need to score, what? How many plays left do you have until you have to score and then go from there?
I mean, you've got to, within the next 2 or 3 plays. The way they're getting those plays in, it's just taking way too long.
Pike's had an opportunity. Only down 11. 3rd down and 6 from the 31 with 42 seconds left. Cross taking a deep shot. Underthrows his man, and it's intercepted. Jaden Sadler will seal the deal with an escort down the far sideline. And he'll finally be forced out of bounds across the 40.
And you can see the coaches on the Crown Point sideline say, go down, go down. Don't fumble it, go down. Oh, it was funny to watch the reaction of the coaches. Yes, and then as their hands were going up, they were going down at the same time. But a big play right there, big turnover for the Crown Point defense. They had their backs up against the wall tonight.
They did. Was not an easy game for them whatsoever, but they find a way. At the end of the day, it wasn't pretty. A first half that I'm sure left a lot to be desired for Coach Buzia and his staff, where they only led by 1 at the break, and they record just 10 points in the second half. But that's all that it took. As Tice Custody will take the knee, and that'll wrap this one up. This was hard-earned from this Crown Point team tonight. That's an impressive win against a really good quality opponent from downstate.
Yes, it is. And you could see that offensive line of Pike really imposing their will a little bit on the Crown Point defense. right there and pushing them around a little bit and getting some gains. This Pike team is going to be tough to contend with as they move through their conference, move through the rest of the season.
And Pike, they fall to 0-2 after 2 really tough non-conference games. That's major props to their coaching staff for not only scheduling this series last year, but also holding up on their bargain and making the return trip, because you see so often teams don't show the commitment to come back and make the return trip this time of year.
Yes. And like you said, they showed up, they got dressed, and then they went and played a great game.
Really, really good game. This is exactly what we thought it was going to be when we came in. 2 teams from really tough conferences in different parts of the state, and they matched up really well. That was a fun football game.
Yes, you saw the running game and a little bit of the passing game for Pike really took advantage of what Crown Point's defense was giving them. And then on the flip side, Crown Point offense really sticking to that ground game tonight. Not a whole lot through the air, but they were really focused on taking away custody and the passing game, and really that led to Crown Point really relying heavily on that Wildcat formation and the running that continuously throughout the game.
We'll name our awards after our next commercial break, but we've pretty much teased who it's going to be all second half long. There you see the students all go to greet their fellow the student athletes. They will sing the fight song arm in arm with the cheerleaders as well. Crown Point 2-0. They have won 38 straight games in the regular season. And we'll preview it when we come back for our post-game show. But a really tough matchup next week to kick off Duneland play as well. We will take our final break of the day. When we come back, our post-game show. We'll break down this full night of football, give you some score updates from across the region, and get you set for Week 3. This is Football Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Hi, I'm Crown Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, we've got you covered. As Crown Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crown Company's Insurance Professionals, Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I've received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
At Athletic Performance Factory in Highland, Indiana, we push you to be bigger, faster, stronger, more explosive. Challenge every muscle with our cutting-edge sand speed and agility training. Build rock-solid strength and core stability to dominate on game day. Rent our full-size outdoor turf field for team workouts and practices. Improve your swing, boost your field skills, and protect your arm with expert one-on-one baseball and softball training built around you. we develop the entire athlete, mentally and physically. Athletic Performance Factory, where athletes are made.
For months, it's all you've heard about. From the news broadcasts to the talk shows, from friends and family, and even from people you don't even know. It's coming to Hammond. It's really happening. It's free checking from Centier Bank. A perfect account for everyone.
You ready? Let's go. Yeah. For those of you that want to know what we're all about, it's like this, y'all. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name.
Your future starts
here.
From lighting up Friday night football to powering the classrooms that shape the students of Lake County, IBEW Local 697 is proud to support our region's schools and the communities we call home. A career as a union electrician could be your next great move. Your next cap might be a hard hat. IBEW Local 697, powering futures, powering the region.
At American Testing Services, based in Hobart, Indiana, we specialize in NDT drone inspections and heat treatment services for local mills, fab shops, and facilities across the country. From Northwest Indiana to nationwide, we deliver precision, safety, and reliability. American Testing Services, America's trusted name in NDT. From first-time buyers to growing families and lifelong investors, our agents take the time to understand what matters most to you because every move is personal. Contact Alex Nicola, a 2013 Crown Point High School graduate, to get started. With experience you could count on and service you could feel, we're here when it matters most. The Nicola Group, the trusted Northwest Indiana real estate team.
Post-game time here on the Region Sports Network after a Crown Point 17-6 win. Bulldogs had to show off a lot of grit throughout that entire football game to get away from a good Pike team on the road and hungry for its first win of the season. Crown Point, I would think you and I both agree, wasn't pretty at points, but they did enough to find a way to win this football game, which is what matters most at the end of the day.
That's right, and they made adjustments accordingly to what was working and what wasn't working, because early on they were trying to do some rollout passing, and the offensive line just was not able to contain that defensive line speed, and they were just able to get to Cussy all the time, and he was just, getting hit as he was throwing the ball. Had a couple nice throws in there, but again, just overall did not have that much time, so they adjusted, went to the Wildcat, and A.J. Summers just had a game. He had 2 touchdowns, just a great job. Came out 1 point during the game from the defensive, I think on the offensive play, and had a cramp in his leg. I don't think he came off the field very much up until that point.
He did not, and once again, it's the second straight week we've seen Coach Bouzie and his staff make great halftime adjustments, and it's impacted the game in a positive way for the Bulldogs in both weeks so far.
Yes, definitely, like I said. And then defensively, they were just getting physically handled by that Pike offensive line. And if you look at this Pike offensive line, left tackle 225, left guard 280, 290 to center, 265, and 290. You know what, you call these guys a lot of things, but you don't call them late for dinner. That's some big guys right there. They don't miss a meal, okay? But, yeah, they were getting physically pushed up front, regardless of whether they were rushing 3 or blitzing linebackers, but they just could not slow down this rushing or passing attack for Pike.
Let's get ready to give some scores now, shall we? Our final scoreboard update of the night. Obviously, it's courtesy of Strachan Van Til, your favorite Indiana-made grocery store. The hometown scoreboard updates for you here, but it's also still rolling on our YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and more. Jay, what do we got?
Yeah, here we go. Andrean 25, Bishop Luers 7, Boone Grove 47, South Central 0, Calumet 38, River Forest 12, Chesterton 21 to my Morton Governors. I'm a fan for tonight, the 6 points. Let's see. We did not get a scoring update of the Griffith-Munster game at the end of the first quarter. It was 14-6. We have not seen an update since then. Continuing on, Hanover bouncing back. Coach Bartolomeo returning to his old stomping grounds, beating Lake Central 17-13. Wheeler Bearcats 49-0 over Kankakee Valley. All these scores are in the third quarter. Lowell Red Devils 24, LaPorte Slicers 14. Maryville and Lafayette Jefferson tied up at 35 in the third quarter. Detroit Cass Tech 62, Michigan City 0. That is a final.
That's a long bus ride back to
Yes, it
city.
is. I'm sure they're glad that is a final. Sorry, did I say that out loud? I'm just kidding. All right, Hobart Brickies 28, Portage 7, Valparaiso 35, South Bend Riley 7, and the final scoreboard update, Highland 36, Whiting 0. All right,
there you go.
Trojans marking up one.
Real quick, before we get to our post-game awards, what's been your biggest takeaway from the region, and specifically since we have Crown Point, the DAC so far through 2 weeks? Lake Central perhaps is about to fall to 0-2 for the first time since 1998. What's the big takeaways you've had from the first just under 2 weeks of play in the DAC?
Yeah, I see the haves and have-nots already starting to separate, even though we haven't gotten into conference play. You know, Maryville, Crown Point, Chesterton making their case to be in the haves. You know, Valparaiso making their case to be in the haves. You know, other schools are sliding down. It's gonna be a rough dueling conference for them as they move forward.
Ready to hand out some awards tonight?
Yes, I'm ready.
Let's do it. Time to name the Crowell Companies Lanterman Superhero of the Game. Crowell Companies, the insurance professionals. The Lanterman Superhero of the Game tonight. Well, could it be anyone other than A.J. Summers, the running back, the sophomore for this Crown Point offense, who lit up the night here in CP?
Yes, he did. A.J. Summers had a touchdown score with 6:57 in the first quarter, 13-yard run, and then again in the third quarter, A.J. Summers with a 32-yard touchdown run at 7:50 in the third quarter. Both just made by his patience as a running back, finding holes, and then once he gets into the hole, accelerates through. Great job by this offensive line. 2 weeks in a row now, we have given the Crowell Lantern Man to a running back. So that is kudos to the offensive line and what they do for their running backs.
And I think on a night like tonight, they would usually get the Blue Collar Player of the Game award. However, there were two standouts on defense from this Crown Point side. Time now to name the Blue Collar Player of the Game, brought to you by Boilermakers Local 374. Boilermakers Local 374. Earn while you learn with Boilermakers Local 374. And our Blue Collar Players of the Game tonight, notice how I said plural, go to Crown Point's two linebackers, Ben Clark and Brody Hood.
Yeah, just great job flying all over the place, making some great tackles. You know, Garrett Ortiz, he's like, you know, you got one A between those two guys, and then you got one B. Garrett Ortiz made some big hits as well. So that linebacking core, you know, we'll throw in Connor Trapp also. All those guys played great tonight, but it seemed like the defensive line was on a bit of skates because that offensive line of Pike was just so big. So maybe a weakness exposed for the Bulldogs right there. But most teams aren't going to come in with that kind of size on the offensive line for Pike.
Keep in mind the longest running play of the entire game for Pike, 9 yards. And a big credit to your point,
by those
Clark
linebackers.
and Hood, preventing any backers to get to the second level for Pike. That's our Blue Collar Player of the Game tonight. Now time to name the Proud Union Home Play of the Game, presented by Ironworkers Local 395. Ironworkers Local 395. To find out how you can become a Union Ironworker, visit ironworkers395.com. And tonight's Ironworkers 395 Play of the Game, we go back to the second quarter on a beautiful pass from Jace Chapman to his favorite target, Bryson Fields. The only touchdown of the game for Pike, but boy, was it a beauty.
Yeah, what a nice job by Chapman right there, the sophomore quarterback. Just gets it and flips it into the corner of the end zone. Zach Zanelli looking for that specific play, but he did have a host of great plays, and that was one of the plays right there. That could have been a catch. We were talking about that one earlier. It looked like he got 1 foot in, but the official thought otherwise. Looked like his knee got to hit the ground. Well, that was a big call throughout the game right there. So, but Jace Chapman to Bryson Fields for the score, and their only score, when that came at 5:50 in the second quarter.
Can you imagine if that extra point doesn't get blocked, how this game is completely different? If it's 7-7 going to the locker room compared to 7-6?
Yeah, definitely. And Crown Point, you could see that the momentum was on the Pike sideline when we went to halftime there. And, here we go. We got it here. Just a nice, easy flip. And the only person that could catch it was Bryson Fields right there in the corner of the end zone. A nice flip by the quarterback. You see him just a little snap right there, little motion. And then he just sets his feet and gets under nice corner of the end zone, because if he doesn't catch it, that ball's either hitting the flag stick or going out of bounds. But just a nice job, great execution, and a good job quarterback knowing to throw the fade to the wide side of the field, giving his receiver plenty of room to adjust to it.
That was tonight's Ironworkers 395 play of the game, presented by Ironworkers Local 395, Union Strong. Before we say goodbye, we'll give you a quick preview of next week's action. Pike, like we mentioned, doesn't get any easy. They get to go back home, though, and they take on, well, everyone knows this team. Ben Davis goes to Pike next week. Good luck to them, and once again, safe travels back down to south in the state for them. For Crown Point, Dak begins, and what a way. You're being thrown in the fire. Maryville away, what's your first thought when that matchup comes to mind?
I think there's going to be a lot of scoring, because Maryville has put up 35 against Lafayette Jefferson. And then, here we go, 42.
It just changed. So they just took the lead right now, 42-35.
Fourth quarter, so 42 points against Lafayette Jefferson. I think that's going to be fireworks. It's going to be an exciting game next week.
Going to be a lot of fun. Obviously, this has been a great night here. Really fun game, 17-6. Our final score. Special thanks to our executive producer, Chris Ramirez, our operations manager, Rich Castillo, and our sports director, Mike DeWan. Special thanks to the coaches of each side, Mike Brevard of Pike and Craig Buzea of Crown Point. Special thanks to the ADs, Kendra Champion, McAloon of Pike, Chris Siebert of Crown Point. Special thanks to the viewers like you at home at regionsports.com, YouTube/regionsports, Facebook/Region Sports Nation, and the IHSAA Champions Network. Big thanks to our on-site crew for great work they did as always. Zach Sinelli, our producer, Aaron Svetlin, our camera operator, who produced great shots all night long. For my partner, Jay Simmons, I've been Kevin Malater. Fun one here from Crown Point. Again, the final, Bulldogs 17, Red Devils of Pike 6. Till next time, you've been watching Football Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Broadcast coverage on the Region Sports Network is made possible by Pulse Technology, leading the way in technological innovation for over 70 years. Strack & Van Til, your favorite Indiana-made grocery store. Boilermakers Local 374. Earn while you learn. Visit Michigan City LaPorte. Closer than you think, better than you imagine. Ironworkers Local 395. Proud to be union. Crowell Insurance Company, the insurance superheroes. Bricklayers Local 4, the best hands in the business. Athletic Performance Factory, where athletes are made. IBEW Local 697, proud to support high school sports. American Testing Services, America's trusted name in NDT. Armor Construction, it's time to armor up. Wealth Partners on Main, a partner committed to your financial success. IBEW Local 531, the electrical professionals. Sentier Bank, family owned since 1895. HealthLink, your community health center. The Right Group, the right way to buy and sell real estate. KIG Senior Solutions, navigating Medicare with confidence. Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer and cozy in the winter. Blythe's Team Sports, where the athlete shops. And Hampton Inn downtown Indianapolis. This is the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.